Yes, a very good afternoon. Welcome to Ted Summer Reserve in Moe. It is round 16 of the Alinta Energy Gippsland League. Great to have your company right across Gippsland and the Valley for this all-important clash. It is Moe who are holding on to third spot on the ladder. And again, finals has come early for these two sides. Still not quite at full strength for this Moe outfit, but certainly they'll challenge and they'll look for a victory today against an absolute powerhouse outfit in Leongatha. A win today for the Parrots, though, will most likely get them back on top of the ladder, although Paul Carter seems to think maybe they might just still stay in second spot. They've got some good inclusions and it's going to be an absolute belter of a contest this afternoon. My name's Daryl Cooling. Joining me, my callers this afternoon. We're going to rotate things around a little bit. First of all to you, Tim Sexton. Good afternoon.
Scott, always a pleasure to be with you and Boxer and Paul, and looking forward to a cracking Saturday afternoon here at Ted Summerton Reserve against two powerhouse teams here in the Alinta Energy Gippsland League. It is going to be nice and hot from the start, Boxer.
Yeah, we'll be too, Timmy. Welcome, and thank you very much, Paul Carter and Scud. Good to be here. Looking forward to this game. It's been an absolute big build-up as well. Mo will be looking at I've lost the word.
Thank you very much.
Keep going.
Yeah, special comment.
I lost the word.
If your joke wasn't bad enough, your special comments have started off on a bad note as well.
Replicating what they did last time. That was all.
Thank you very much, Box. Good work. Write it down next time. You won't forget it. Paul Carter, all thanks to Terrelgan Mazda this afternoon. How are you?
Good, thanks, Daryl and Tim and Boxer. And listeners are looking forward to a really good game, something akin to a final. And there goes the siren.
Well, first quarter for Virtue Homes about to get underway. The ruckman Morrow will tap it down. Baldy, that's Riley, gives a handball off to just missed Danaher there by hand. It's still in the middle of the ground, and Stone was the one who's picked it up off the deck, and a little bit of niggle early on. Boxer, any matchups?
No, I'm just having a quick look now at the moment too, but I'll come back to you.
Thank you very much. Good start. Over the back there, Morrow again. Danaher runs onto this one. Handballs off the back from Van Dyke. Ran down from behind, and Jesse Burns will win the free kick on centre wing here at Ted Summit and goes out wide to Stone. Half forward flank build up. Jensen Garner presents it at his toes. Doesn't quite pick it up on the hop. Trent Baldy was there. Tapped forward there by Van Dyke. Harry Sim put his head over the football. And though quickly, Leongatha get it back going the other way. Heppel drives it inside forward 50. No one can mark. Gown was the target. Has to put on the tackle now for Maslin. And we'll have a ball up 45 metres now out from Leongatha's goal.
Yeah, Scud. Mulqueen's gone to Garnham, but down forward for Moe is the real big one for me. Harry Pepper out of the goal square. Gow was playing high.
Willis got the tap down. Heppel was trying to run through it, got caught up by the umpire, and we've now got a free kick being paid, and it'll go to Heppel, and that'll go against Riley Baldy.
We've just got Harry Sim coming off for Moe. He looks like he's dislocated one of his left fingers. We don't know which one it is, but he's come off early.
Tip it, it's on the left.
Yeah, well, it's one of them.
One of them. Heppel will cross the 50, look to get the Parrots on the board early. Comes in, keeps it nice and low, and that goes straight through the middle, and the start that the Parrots wanted away here, and they'll get the first goal of the game.
Yeah, well, it's come from a free kick, but it's interesting to see how different matchups they've come with both sides today. Just obviously testing themselves out and maybe testing some players out too, because Gower started half forward, Harry Pepper down in the goal square, but the other way around as well. Jensen out of the goal square with Ganane, and Noah Gown up high. So a good little start there for the Parrots.
Minute and a half for one goal to Leongatha. Virtue Home scoreboard.
Willis taps it down. Running onto this one is Heppel. Comes back inboard. Gets to his right foot though. Kicks to a dangerous spot. Kilty will go back and take the uncontested mark. Great match-up with Kilty and Gown. Gown just ran over the mark. We've got a 50-metre penalty there against Noah Gown.
Ganane ran through the mark.
Thank you very much, Timmy. As Declan Kelty in the middle comes lateral to Riley Baldy. Takes the mark. He can come further afield. Maslin has to wait for it to bounce to him. Goes now right foot into the shallow pocket, and it goes out of bounds on the full.
It wasn't a great decision there by Maslin either too. He might have had a little bit more time than he thought. He probably should have straightened that up there too, especially with the forward line that Moe have got.
Ball comes back in from the Parrots and ends up in the hands of Jack Hume. Look to still inside his defensive 50. He's going to go long. Call to play on. Chips it short. Lands into the hands of Marriott. He comes back in on the 45. Great kick inside. And that's Sam Forrester. On his half-back flank. Looks to go inboards. He's going to switch the play across. Dangerous kick. 2-on-1. Ends up able to take the mark there was Turton. Handballs out from Trent Baldy. couldn't find his target, goes back and gets it again, tries another handball, was able to be tapped down there by Turton. Balls come in, umpires sat and waited, and he's called a free kick, and that'll go to Trent Baldy on the far side here at Ted Summerton Reserve.
Chips it over, to Van Dyke, gets it further afield, finds Jacob Balfour on the far side of the ground at Ted Summerton. The Parrots lead by 6 points. Balfour's kick, though, goes out of bounds on the full. Boxer, we had your joke of the day, all thanks to Area 365 Health and Fitness. People are still voting. They want to get on the Gippsland Live Instagram page and vote. At the moment, we're right very tight, 50-50 at the moment as we speak. Although the no vote now all of a sudden gets out to a 75% Boxer, so you might be in strife. Anna, the weapon from 365, will put you through that training session. The kick back here at Ted Summerton Reserve goes to Ben Willis. He can take the mark and give a handball off to Hume. They go further afield. Stone delivers inside 50, but turned it over. Went over the top of Ganane's head and taken the mark as Tyson Biffin. He's turned it over, though. Heppel takes the mark. He's been called to play on. Twisting, turning, back inboard. Can find Bowman. For the Parrots, too far out to score is Luke Bowman. Ganane presents, goes over his head. They fall down. The leading targets are Leongatha. The umpire says play on. Front and square was Ganane. Quick snap at goal. Will miss and go through for a minor score. On the Virtue Home scoreboard in this opening quarter, Paul Carter.
We played just short of 5 minutes on the Virtue Home scoreboard, and it's 1 goal, 1-7. Leongatha, Moe yet to score.
Boxer's in strife with his joke of the day.
82% currently is the no.
Unbelievable. Thought it was a good one too, Box.
It was no good. Baldy comes back in, great kick inside. Lands at the half-back flank. Quick hands on. Wasn't able to find there, though, through Riley Baldy. He's
holding the
free
ball.
Kick, absolutely gone towards the Parrots there. They'll look to reload quickly inside. He's been held up, though, is Marriott. He now comes wide out into the pocket to the leading players there, but leading him, being in front there was Moe player there in Brock Smith, who, again, he'll go to the far side and ends up down in the hands there of Scott Van Dyke. Van Dyke, his relieving kick ends up in the hands of Danaher. Looking to come back inboard. No, not an option there, so he keeps it out to that far side. Clever little kick out onto the far wing there and finds in the hands of Trent Baldy. Goes far forward up to the half-forward flank there. Mark lends in the hands there of Prowse. Prowse looks to go quickly involved. It's a one-on-one contest, leaving his player, though. Was the Leongatha play there in Harry, and he'll see the ball over the boundary line. Inside Moe, forward 50. 6 minutes gone here in the first quarter.
A couple of good signs here for Leongatha too. Heppel and Marriott are really on at the minute too, so Moe might have to tighten their strings a little bit there and maybe nullify some of their inside 50s from those two players.
All thanks to Traralgon Mazda. Ball comes back into the field of play. There was Cameron Stone. He coughed it straight up, gave it to Billy Gowers. He rolls around, left foot kick goes top of the square. It's all Leongatha, but the ball just bounces awkwardly. Although picking that one up there was Maskell. Gave a quick handball to Westerway, and he can find his outlet target. Hilberg is the one. His kick, well, it's a scrubber, but it works out beautifully. Talon Brill was able to run into this at the wing. Kicks it to open space. Running onto there is Jacob Lammers. Back there as well, Brock Smith for the Lions. Took on a couple of tacklers. And the umpire, Smith, said, my ball, and we'll ball it up. 20 metres out now from Leongatha's goal. They lead it by 7 points in this Virtue Home scoreboard. Rain just starting to fall. As Morrow grabs it out of the ruck, gave it to Blazer. His kick was smothered. Had to put on the tackling work, and we'll do it again, Box.
Yeah, just those things there too with Moe coming out of their transition from defensive 50. They're just pushing the ball wide at the moment. Maybe look going a bit more central. That's exactly what Leongatha have been doing, and their inside 50s probably are really one-sided at the moment too, Paul.
4-2 Leongatha's way.
Oh, not one-sided then.
Noah Gowan got the tap down there. There's 4 or 5 all over the ball. No one's able to get out of it. The umpire's going to have to come in and have another ball up inside the Parrots forward 50. Looking to get a bit of clear space here as Morrow and Gown will go at it again. Gown takes front position, gets the tap down. His player unable to pick it up. There is Kelty. Coming through there, though, was Kim Drew. His centering ball lands in the hands.
Hilberg.
It is Hilberg.
Yep.
Absolutely. He's gone forward, taken a strong mark. Great kick in there by Drew there, Boxer.
It was fantastic, and what a great inclusion there for Leongatha.
Hilberg goes through and kicks it straight through on the left boot and puts the second one on the board for the Parrots.
And what it does too, though, with a Hilberg coming into the side, he's got some great agility as well for a big guy. And then it just has 3 key points. And when you throw in a Gown into that forward line there, it keeps the hands, the back defensive players for Moe. Very, very busy.
Hard to cover.
Very hard to cover. That's what I was looking for as well, Scud. I'm a little bit...
Yeah, you're a bit nervous.
At the moment.
We've gone 8 minutes in the first quarter. The Virtue Home scoreboard has a 13-point lead to Leongatha, 2-1-13 to Moe yet to score.
And we can let you know that he's a little bit nervous because his joke of the day has fallen flat. The voting is still on there online. Back here, though, Marriott gave it off to Kim Drew. Left foot kick goes to the 50. Gown will be the target. Front spot was Van Dyke, did well. Comes to ground level, though. Swooping on it, Cameron Stone. Delivers towards Garnham. Tried to shove his player out the way. Unfortunately, it was illegal. And the free kick will go in the way there of Mulqueen. They quickly play on to the lines. Get it out wide. The target was... Gowers couldn't quite complete it. Comes back inboard to the half-forward area. Kim Drew has to work hard, but there's a whistle. We've got a blood rule.
Ben Morritt.
In the middle of the ground, obviously from that earlier ruck contest. And it looks to be coming out of the snoz. So a little bit of a stoppage here, big moments. Right now, all thanks to the Mall Bowling Club. They've got the brand new convention and reception centre now complete. The stunning 300-seated function room. If you're a football club looking for your presentation night or function, next function, make sure you check it out at themallbowls.com.au.
Yeah, one of those things too there. I just lost the train of thought. Keep going, Scott.
Willis took it out of the ruck. He wasn't able to get anywhere out of it, though. Ferrado, his quick kick forward. No one able to take the mark there, though. Leongatha were first to it. It's a scrappy play here for a little bit. It's hard at it. Quick kick comes out of there, though, from Moe. One-on-one contest. First get back is going to be Sam Forrester. He's going to relieve the ball out on his left foot, and it's a great kick out onto the far side there to Leongatha, who are going to come back inside, and he'll be paid the mark.
It's a bit lucky there, Hume, to be paid that mark.
Yeah, absolutely. The umpires called it early that he was paid the mark, so Hume will look to reload from true centre wing on the far side, hit at Ted Summerton reserve. He goes shorts and lands in the hand of Kim Drew. Called to play on. He took a step off his mark, but that one's going to be free kick, too high.
Geez, lucky.
Too high. He dropped his knees a little bit there, but anyway, through there. Forrester, he'll deliver the ball inside 50. Marking contest there. 4 or 5 go up. No one's able to take the mark. Moe kick the relieving ball outside their defensive 50, and we'll go to true centre wing with Ben Willis to be the first one back to the ball.
Yeah, he stops and props. He has a little bit of ballet work from the big fella. Goes backwards to West away. Handball out towards Hume. Maskell has to now become the defender and put on the tackle. And we've travelled 11 minutes into this first quarter for Virtue Homes. The margin sits at 13 points.
I wouldn't mind seeing Ben Willis in a pair of ballet tights there if you're going to say it was ballet-like there, Scud.
It was. I'm just worried about you. You're sweating and you're not even at the gym yet.
Yeah, I know.
Anna's about to put you through an hour-long session where it's currently at 89% in the favour of no, that your joke was horrible, Boxer.
You're kidding.
89%. No, they didn't like it.
A lot of my friends haven't got Instagram. They just haven't got a phone.
We're up over the 50 vote mark as well. As the rain,
You have not.
We have. Rain starts to get heavy here.
We knew it was going to come today,
Yeah.
Scud, but we thought it might be a little bit later on this afternoon. But it's hopefully it's going to disappear. Boxer, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are it's here. So the rain is here.
Is it going to stay here, Boxer?
No, it's here. So we'll just say it's here and probably will stay
Boxers here
until it stops.
Here this afternoon for Carpet Country, helping dreams become a reality since 1981. As Maskell has this free kick on the far side of the ground.
Maskell will look to reload. It's going to become a bit of wet weather footy contest, which is not what we thought we'd get for the first half of today. Big long kick in front. Garner unable to take the mark, but a free kick's been paid, and it's going to go to Ben Willis. Off the ball. Willis, he'll drive it long inside their forward 50. The ball's held off the ball there. In the end, there was Noah Gown, and he'll go back and look to slot the Parrots third.
Yeah, just to work to that drop spot there nicely did Noah Gown, and then all of a sudden you could just see the jumper get tugged, and the umpire had no other option. He was in a perfect spot to make that call.
Do you think those long sleeve jumpers make a bit of a difference, especially when you're seeing someone getting the old tugged down? Do you think because the way they're fitted?
Yeah, the stretch of the jumper absolutely. It certainly looks accentuated with a long one.
Accentuated, big word. Oof. Gown comes in, and again he puts it straight through the middle. The goal umpire was quite happy with that one, and that's the third for the Parrots.
I think the key factor for me at the moment, boys, is that the midfield of Leongatha are well on top, and obviously the clearances would be interesting to see what it is. The balance of the numbers there too. Right now, though, on transition, Moe seem flat-footed where the Leongatha sides, the Leongatha players are prepared to switch and move and spread, and they're rebounding back in, repeat entries, getting rewarded with obviously the first 3 goals.
And it's 3-1-19 on the virtual home scoreboard to Leongatha. Maui yet to score, and the inside 50s are 7-2 at the moment, and the clearances are 5-3 Leongatha's way.
Lockie McGrath now taking ruck duties there for Maui, and in the middle as well up against Hilberg, and they're shepherding out on that occasion against Hilberg will go McGrath's way. As he's right in the middle of Ted Summerton Reserve. He's going to quickly drive it inside forward 50. Prowse was the target. West away with the spoil. Maskell, he's been so good since he's gone back. Mops it up, gives it to Harry. Over the handball, top to Heppel. Inboard to Littlejohn. They go again by hand. Good build-up by the Parrots, although off the side of the boot there was Drew. It works out okay because Hilberg was there. He's able to get it to Talonbrill. Now he's under a little bit of pressure, and the umpire will say my ball, but for me, Boxer, far too easy by chain of hands.
So much easy, and that's what this thing is. The key factor is both sides are really good with the link-up. Leongatha is well on top of that today.
Kim Drew thought he was playing for the Matildas there. He just tried to cross it to him, but the ball comes out. Hilberg delivers inside 50, drops at the ball. No one's able to pick it up. Kilty's the first to it. He's wrapped up straight away. We'll have a ball up about 40 metres out from the Lions' goal.
Would love to know what Hilberg numbers are already early.
Yeah,
it's been incredible.
Heppel's been good early as well.
What did I say?
Hilberg.
Oh, sorry.
Gown handles over the shoulder to a dangerous spot. Ganane was there, crunching out a full forward, and he got him high. And the player down at the moment looks to be Tyler Pratt, the big fella, the big defender. He won himself the free kick with a head over the football as Ganane came out like a steam train as Pratt has to go lateral and find Tyson Biffin. He wants to move it quickly because he's got a teammate on the far side. I think it's Brock Smith out there. And it is. The Lions need to get a bit of a wriggle on. They trail by 19 points in this first quarter, and big moments all thanks to the Mall Bowling Club with Brock Smith drives it down towards half the wing area. Can't complete the mark there was Maskell. Ball comes to ground. Quick kick by, and didn't like it too, Trent Baldy. Got the kick, then got dumped. It's 3-on-1. Parrot over there. Now the Parrots will come and help. Meanwhile, this marker's been paid down back. You watch the fight, Timmy. I'll watch the ball. They went backwards to Littlejohn. Now inboard to Westaway. Fight still goes on, Tim. Westaway in the middle of the ground. Interesting, the open spread with all these numbers having the blue. Heppel comes out wide. Out to Lammers. He's got an open forward line because they're all still fighting on the outer side. Lammers, inboard kick, missing the target. It gets back the back. Biffin got wrapped up in the Ganane tackle. They said play on. And quickly Danaher will kick him board. Now the guys who are in the fight have to work for the football. They're absolutely stuffed. They can't go. And they don't want any of this as Littlejohn gives a handball to Maskell, who goes back by hand to Littlejohn. Out wide they go. And on the far side of the ground is McGannon, who can just take a little bit of time and he can find Vanderplaat.
Absolutely, Scott, you're right. There was about 8 blokes who were in the fight and they were all stuffed when the ball came towards them. Vanderplaat, he goes inboard and lands in the hands of Jesse Burns. Leads are coming from the Parrots. He puts the ball just inside 50. Up, wasn't able to get to the contest, was Kilty, and it fell into his hands there of Jensen Garnham. There was about 6 or 7 there that were looking to try and leap from the back, but he was the man in front and it just fell into his lap. And he's going to try and have his shot at goal, which will be just inside 50.
He just held his ground. He just read it better than anybody else, and a lot of players went up for that mark of the ball, and it was a good grab.
Coming in, Garnham. He's first of today on the right boot. Keeps a 9 low. He's not going to make the distance. In front, Moe unable to take the mark, but we've got a free kick being paid off the ball, and it's going to end up in the hands here of Moe. He delivers the ball inside, unable to make the distance to Seppi. He puts it out onto his left boot. Good contest there by Baldy. Handball comes out from Forrester. Reload in from Westaway.
Nice
and
kick.
finds into the hands of Drew. He plays on straight away from 45. It's going to be pushed across to the left. Standing there in the mark, looking for that, there was Gown. The ball's gone over the boundary throw.
They have full control. The wind seems to be pushing and swirling the ball across the ground as well.
I was just going to ask that, Box. Is it holding up?
And he did hold up then. The Drew kick.
Leongatha kicking into the breeze?
You would have thought they possibly could be, but
Gee.
I asked Tim Sexton. He was the one that was out in the ground before.
Wouldn't have thought that there was the breeze certainly was going across the ground, Scud. From right to left from where we are, pushing across to the early learning centre side here at Ted Summerton Reserve.
Danaher tried to get his teammates to run onto it as he kicked it out of the defensive 50, but he unfortunately found the boundary line. We're going to bounce.
They seem very intense today too, Leongatha. They're very much at the player at the minute too. They're prepared to use any open play to get the ball inside 50, but when they're getting inside 50, they've been very damaging at the minute.
Rain just stopped for a moment. Clouds still looking ominous, though, as the boundary throwing comes in. Baldy with a head over the footy. Now Heppel squeezed a handball out. Out to Hilberg. Inboard to Bowman. Good run from the back.
Oh.
Good tackle. Harry Pepper with a run-down chase down on Kim Drew to win the free kick at half-back for the Lions. That could be the spark they're after. Pepper's delivery towards Gowers with a good spoil, though, from Leongatha. And Jackson Harry put it over 15 rows back. We've got a boundary throw
And this
in.
is what we spoke about pre-game about Harry Pepper. His game this year has been twofold. One where he's been dangerous forward, but his other side of his work rate has been fantastic as well. That rundown was absolutely brilliant.
They need a spark. That could be it, because they trail by 19 points to Lions. They have not scored. And we've travelled 19 minutes into the first quarter for Virtue Homes. These are top 2 and 3 sides, mind you. Baldy gives it inboard to Seppi. Now they go to Sim. He has to go on the right foot, and he gets towards Gowers. He only put one hand up, gets to the back. Gowers will hit this at pace. Big Benny Willis did well. Head over the football. Now he ran straight into Big Ben Willis did Jackson Harry. And the umpire says, one says my ball, the other one says, let's have a bit of a chat. I'm not sure I know what that's
a free kick.
Free kick.
So the free kick, think paid from the non-officiating umpire who probably saw it. Not bad, I didn't mind that. They converged, they had a chat, and the free kick was there. Jacob Belfer.
This will tell us what the wind's doing too, Scud, as well.
Yep.
So he's directly in front. Big Benny Willis on the mark as well.
So Jacob Belfer will have to kick from about 43.5 metres. Goes around a little bit. Left foot kick. Got the distance. No worries. Beautiful. I think they're kicking with the wind. And that is their first goal for the Maui Lions. That says it all. It's been all the Parrots, but that's a steadier.
Sometimes you don't have to worry about how they get them. Just get that first one on the board and start to reset. And that's what I think Maui need to do right now as well. Just got a bit more mongrel around the ball at the minute too, because Leongatha are really hurting them at the contested footy at the moment too. And but that's a really good start then too. The Harry Pepper tackle for me could be that turning point in this first quarter.
And Maui's first goals come at the 20-minute mark on the Virtue Homes scoreboard. 1 goal straight, 6 Maui, trailing Leongatha 3-1-19.
Virtuehomes.com.au.
Morrow got the tap down, but it ends up in the hands of Willis. His handball out, landed in the hands there, though, of Luke Bowman. Unable to find Drew on the far side, but he did well enough to get it go again. Delivers a ball inside 50 to his forwards. Hasn't been great delivery inside. Picked up there, though, in the hands there of Taylor Brill. He's wrapped up straight away and will have a ball up 40 metres out from the Parrots' goal.
I mentioned to give you some around the grounds thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture Gippsland, but I'll do this after the ball up.
Gowan gets to the front spot. I was taken out by Morrow, though. Picked up off the ground and kicked straight forward by Heppel. And it's gone out of bounds on the full, and we'll have the Maui Lions take a free kick just from their behind post on the far side here at Ted Summerton Reserve.
There's 7 minutes to go in the second quarter here against Northern Essendon, and it's Essendon by 2 points, 24-26, and the Gold Coast Sun lead by 8 points over the Sydney Swans 10 minutes into the second quarter.
A really good crowd building up here at Ted Summerton Reserve. The kick from Biffin got out the back. Sim couldn't take it cleanly, but he won the free kick for holding the man. As the big crowd in front of the can bar here at Ted Summerton Reserve, although a few of them just a little bit fresh, just still huddled up on the top step. Just don't want to get wet this afternoon. I'm sure they'll be tipping a few in. Gets over the back, though, for Prowse with this kick from Sim. Kicked it along the ground. We've got a boundary throw in. 21 3/4 minutes gone into the first quarter for Virtue Homes. You can be inspired by Virtue Homes, their design teamwork. They work with you to design a home that suits your lifestyle. It's virtuehomes.com.au sees 13-point margin in favour of Leongatha.
The two big ruckmen will go at it. Willis, he gets the tap down. No one's able to take it clean. Wrapped up in the tackle there by Baldy. It's come out to the lines. They deliver the ball inside, forward 50. Front position there, though, was Forrester. He got the handball out. He wrapped up straight away in the
Harry.
tackle. He's been paid as my ball, said the umpire. And Jackson Harry was wrapped up. Strong tackle there. About 20 metres out here from the Lions goal. They'll be looking for a second one if they can. Prowse came over the top, but lands in the hands of Willis. His ball's kicked forward, touched off the boot, they said. Handball out came from McGannon. Ends up if it can go, and it does. It ends up in Danderplight. His handball wasn't able to hit the target. Sim goes out to put his head over the ball. Fall out into the hands there of, and that one was...
Van Dyke's down.
Lammers. Haskell handball out. No one's able to get a clear tap. There's heads over the ball here at the moment. The umpire's going to come in and ball this one up and try and take control back of the game.
Yeah, I think Van Dijk might have caught one in the agates there and then scubbed out, so
all right.
he's not feeling it very well.
He got his amble away just in the nick of time then. From that stoppage around the kick there was from Seppi on his wrong side and put it towards the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in.
Some of the Gippsland League scores as well. Get this one, boys. Mafra 5-1-31 to Druin, no score. Traralgon 2-3-15 to Bairnsdale, just the 2 points.
Tell you what, if I'm the only one that tipped Mafra and you guys have tipped Druin and it happens this way, you guys can all walk home. Back of the Wheelers taps it down. Trying to run onto it was Ferrado. We'll have a secondary boundary throw in. I know it's early, Tim.
Jeez.
I might send you through it.
It's just a tip, Scud.
Fair enough.
You know,
Just a personal opinion.
But it's exactly right. It's an opinion. Everyone's entitled one. We don't always have to agree with you.
Might have to send you into the Area 365 gym because Boxer's joke went down like a lead balloon this afternoon, or a wood balloon, either way. We won't repeat the joke. Heppel from that stoppage kicks towards the wing area. Leongatha lead it by 13 points in this first quarter. Mopping it up, though, was Tyson Biff, and his kick, though, missed the target. Very tricky conditions, I think, at the moment out there, Boxer. Sometimes it's on, the wind's swirly, it's favouring one end, then it stops.
The kick was under pressure, I get that one as well, but they've pushed the ball wide coming out of the defensive 50, Moe. I'm not sure if that's just a part of the game plan with the wind or not, but it's not working for him at the moment.
Bowman kicks it to half forward. Can't complete the mark. Down there was Gowdy. Comes in board with a beautiful kick. Great vision. Finds Van der Plyte in the middle of Ted Summer, the reserve. They've got the fat side of the ground if they want to use it. He goes in that direction, but in the front spot, nicely done. Pratt takes the mark. He wants to quickly play on. Handballs to Blazer. Back to Sim. Took on one tackler. Took on two. Still got his handball away. Here's Jacob Wood, the king of the tunnel rats. Gives a handball off to Sim. Goes out wide. Stanley going to crash through. So is Pratt the other direction. And Pratt with the body on the line will win himself the free kick. Van der Plyte, he wants to play it again, does Pratt. So he gives a handball off to Danaher. Now chip kick over the top to Stanlake. And Mitchie, too far out to score. Gowan wants it in the pocket. Just get it there. Short. He goes on top of his head. Pepper might fly at the back, but standing tall, Prowse dropped the mark that he should have taken. It was an absolute sitter. And he slaps his hand in disgust. He knew that he should have got that one. That was a doozy.
I think it was the 3 or 4 that went up in front that again put him off from that one.
I might have misread it, yep.
Yeah, Willis got the tap down. Ends up with Harry. He's tackled straight away. Riley Baldy, he's going to see the ball over the boundary line and we'll have a boundary throw in. 25 and a half minutes gone here in the first quarter.
What are you smiling at there, Scott?
All good, mate.
Yeah, happy? No, but look, he obviously misread that one coming in as well, but they've got to make the most of their kicks inside 50. Something's going on behind me, but I'll look at it.
All good.
Willis got the tap down and wrapped up straight away. There was Wood, and we'll have a ball up here.
And we sure it's back to front.
Prowse. Wood with a head over it. Might get a free kick. No. So the umpire, best on ground this afternoon, all thanks to Traralgon Mazda. The all-new hybrid Mazda CX-60. Elevate your world.
I went the wrong Baldy.
Oh, okay.
Gowers at pace, tried to squeeze a handball out. Bowman kept it in. No, he didn't.
Oh, yeah, he did.
We sometimes go to the ball as well, don't
asking
we?
Jeremy Cameron, that's in by about 5 metres.
Yes, very true.
Not going to go down this path again.
The guy that's standing on the hill with a hat on is still in bounds if you ask Jeremy Cameron as well. As the ball comes back in, Prowse grabs it out of the ruck, snap, great smother on that occasion by Heppel. There's still a chance here, the Lions. Quick kick there was from, that looked to be Ferrado it was, but the ball's still in the field of play. Riley Baldy squeeze a handball out back to Van Dyke. Top of the square it goes. Gowers will fly at the front where Trent Baldy goes to ground, and he's got legged or holding the man. Either way, it's a free kick. Will go Moe's way. Trent Baldy will have the shot. A much-needed goal at the 27-minute mark of the first quarter.
Yeah, they created some urgency going inside 50, Moe as well. So they've kept peppering away at the top of the 15, and they've been rewarded with another free kick in front of goals. He's just got to make this one here as well.
So Trent Baldy, slightish angle, but only 10 metres out from goal. Much needed one for the Lions with a bit of a breeze, and I don't believe it. I see it, but I don't believe it. Trent Baldy, one of the better kicks with the Lions, has missed. Paul Carter.
117 is the Moe score on the Virtue Home scoreboard. They trail by 2 straight goals on Leongatha, who are 3-1-19. Moe have had 4 of the last 5 inside 50 zone.
Westaway bring the ball back inside, gets outside his 50 and a strong mark taken out there on the far side. Ends up in their hands there being Work with me, Scud, there.
Oh, sorry, mate.
That's
I was
all right.
just actually replying to on the far side. That's Van Dyke, by the way. I've got
Thank
a
you.
message I'll get to in a moment. That kick was smothered.
Smothered by Bowman. He delivers a ball forward. He's got no one forward, so he's looking for the boundary line. If it was in the AFL, potentially called deliberate, but picked up there by, ended up being in the hands there of Mulqueen. He's delivered the ball forward. 1-on-1 contest and great strong mark there by Riley Baldy. Got that one right that time, Boxer. He goes backwards about 25 metres, doesn't hit his mark. 2-on-2 contest coming through hard there was Morrow. He missed. Handball comes back out and ends up there with Westaway. Delivers the ball forward, running onto it there, Gowan, but it ends up with the hands of Mulqueen. Gets around and he'll deliver the ball. And a strong mark there taken on the far side there by Brock Smith.
50-metre
penalty. I'd say it was the push after he wasn't in the contest and put his hands on him in the mark.
They want to move quick, Tim.
It is. He's called by on. Smith goes forward, delivers forward. Strong lead. No, it goes straight over the top of Billy Gowers. And that ball ends out of bounds. That Breeze Boxer just looked like that carried the ball.
Carried the ball a fair bit as well. You got to love footy, don't you? Because it looked like Leongatha were going to really dominate the game. Now Moe swung it back in their way, and now we've just seen the last few minutes. They're just dominant inside their 50.
They need to get a reward, though, inside this 50, closing in on quarter time. Just want to give you a message, guys. Of course, you guys have all tipped Druin to knock off Mafra. I'll do it in a moment. Stick with us. Willis with a tap down. Out there was Trent Baldy, gathers it, hard up on the boundary line, back inside of the kick, though, come off the right side of the boot, out of bounds on the full. Trent's had a couple of just errant kicks of late.
It's not always about you, Daryl.
Maskell will bring this back in. Our very own, as the quarter-time siren sounds, so I just want to get to that message. Our very own Adrian Bergiel, it said, Mafra v Druin tips have been woeful from you three boys. At least one of the blokes in the commentary box knows what he's talking about. Thanks very much, Bergs.
Unbiased opinion there.
Yes, exactly right. Thank you, Adrian.
Lucky he barracks for Geelong.
We'll get to a quick break. It is quarter time. It's Leongatha leading Moe 3-1-19. Moe a 1-1-7. It's Gippsland Live. It's quarter time, and it's all thanks to Harvey Norman, Electrical Gippsland. Ah, yes, let's get down to business. It's quarter time of this all-important round 16 Alinta Energy Gippsland League clash at Ted Summitt Reserve. Leongatha got out to a fly, kicked the opening 3 goals of the quarter. Moe got one. They wrestled the momentum back but couldn't capitalise on the scoreboard. Leongatha 3-1-19 lead Moe at quarter time 1-1-7. Here's Paul Carter. Thanks to Terrelgan Mazda, the all-new hybrid Mazda CX-60. You can elevate your world. It's in stock, ready to drive away right now on the Princess Highway at Terrelgan Mazda, and it's LMCT 11276. Here's Paul Carter.
Not surprisingly, the stats favour Leongatha, the important stats that is. 11-8 were the inside 50s, although Moe had 5 of those 8, 5 of the last 6 rather, out of those 8 at the end of the quarter. Leongatha won the clearances 12-9. The centre clearance is very important there. Leongatha won 4-1. A lot of free kicks in that quarter. There was 21 paid altogether, 11 to Moe, 10 to Leongatha. The other stats are reasonably even. Ben Willis, best big man on the ground at the moment, with 11 hit-outs. Aaron Heppel, 8 kicks, 2 handballs, 2 marks, 3 clearances, 1 inside 50, 10 disposals, 6 disposals each to Luke Bowman and Cade Maskell, 5 apiece to Sam Forrester, Tom Marriott. For Moe, Trent Baldy 7, 6 to Riley Baldy, 5 each to Harry Sim and Ben Danaher. Scott Van Dyke.
Only had the 4 goals kicked. No Zambrero goal of the day contenders just yet. Don't forget the Zambrero new kids meal now available. Kids have been missing out for Mexican for far too long, and they can feel good Mex as well. Terrelgan and Warrigal, as we're about to get the second quarter underway. This is all thanks to the Moe Racing Club, of course. Nick Lucino's rolled into the commentary microphone. Timmy's still here, of course. Timmy, special comments?
Yeah, yes, I'll be taking the special comments for the second quarter.
All right, here we go. Get the second quarter underway for the Moe Racing Club, and Willis up against McGrath. Willis tapped it down, but no one got a clean handle on it, as Ben Danaher was the first there. Don't forget Moe Cup Day. Tickets are now on sale. It's on Friday, October 20. As McGrath, this time Willis again tapped it down. Marriott's in there. Looks a little bit different, does Tom Marriott. He's got the head shaved. He's got the standard black colour boots on. Doesn't stand out with the bright yellow. And again, Willis, the third stoppage, taps it down. This time we get a little bit of run from Heppel, who's been amazing. Kicks it inside. Forward 50. Gowan with a good little body work. Can't complete the mark. Jensen Garnham comes the other direction and slung down in the tackle. Good defensive work from Mulqueen. And we've got a stoppage 45 metres out now inside Leongatha's forward 50, what we think kicking with a little bit of a breeze.
Yeah, it's a great matchup there, Gowan versus Kelty, and they both go into the ruck. We'll give that tap out to Gowan. It was a great tap out too. Goes into Brill. His handball comes out wide. His kick was smothered, and that was a kick from Stone. The ball trickles out of bounds, forward pocket for the Leongatha side. Far side of the ground here at Ted Summitt Reserve. The rain just starts to trickle in a little bit too, Scud. So the A-grade netball started as well. It's 3-2 Moe's way at the moment. As the ball just trickles around on the ground there too. No one's really run the ball inside 50. When the ball was there, picked up there by Maslin, and the ball goes out of bounds. The umpires found, has he found a free kick? Maybe not.
Boundary
throw. It's a boundary throw-in.
So ball on the far side. 55 metres out from goal. Willis, the big tap there from McGrath. Head over it was Maslin, tried to squeeze a handle towards the boundary line to Danaher. Keeps it in the field of play, gets it to Wood. He coughs it up though. Maskell picked it off. Kicks it back down towards that line where it was close to that boundary throw-in. Stone has to go hard. In-ball, handball, nicely done from Hume to Marriott. In-ball again to Talonbrill. He wants to get back onto the right foot. Decides to handball backwards to Turton. Delivers beautifully to Jack Ganane. And Ganane will have a shot directly in front.
Well played there by Leongatha. Taylor Brill used his sense. He looked as if he was going to swing onto his left boot, kicked the ball back, and a great delivery inside there by Turton to Ganane on a strong lead.
Leongatha lead 12 points at quarter time. First shot on goal in the second quarter for the Moe Racing Club. And Jack Ganane comes in. He'll have to kick it probably about 40 metres, 38 perhaps. Either way, distance won't be an issue. Slow approach, kicking towards the city end of the ground of Ted Summitt. The right footer comes in, lean backs, puts it to the left and misses, and gets a minor score.
First score of the quarter on the Moe Racing Club scoreboard goes to Leongatha. They are now 3-2-20, leading Moe 1-1-7.
Yeah, Scotty Van Dyke just to really bring the ball back in here for Moe. Can they just lean back on that ball as well then too? They must need a goal for his confidence too. Van Dyke plays on, kicks the ball far wide out, looking for down the line for Ben Danaher. He couldn't mark. The ball just trickles on forward. Then for Brock Smith, it's followed up well there for Moe. Picked up there by Harry Sim, the handball out. Couldn't go any further. Ben Willis jumps in, but the umpires found a free kick. And it's going to Ben Morrow. No, it was to Brock Smith again. kicks the ball down the line. There was a big smother there by Prowse. No one's really won control of the footy. The ball is still trickling around. The umpire, I thought, may have paid a free kick, but it hasn't. The ball's gone out of bounds.
A couple of scores around the ground in the Linter Energy Gippsland League. At quarter time, we had Traralgon 4-3-27 to Bairnsdale 2 points. And in the Druin Maffra game, Druin 4-1-25, Maffra 8-2-50.
Can't the Eagles, here we go. From the stoppage, good work by Brill. In towards Jack Hume. He skips away and runs. Handles over the top. Here's Talon Brill, sorry. Now he goes inside 50. Open goal square bouncing, and it's going to go through for a minor score.
Just didn't know whether to kick it at goal there or just try to tip it over there. And unfortunately, Garnham actually had led instead of going back towards goal.
3-3-21 Leongatha on the Murray Racing Club scoreboard. They lead Murray by 14 points. The Lions 1-1-7.
Biff, and they come to the commentary side of the ground now with his kick out. Goes outside 50. A real big pack fly. Stanlake there for Murray. But no one's won the ball. The ball goes out of bounds. Followed there by Balfour of Murray.
Couple others
says I'll throw that in now.
Couple other scores around. Newborough leading 57-1 against Hill End. Fish Creek doing damage over Merbu North 47-6. Yanar Foster in a tight one 2-3-15. Yanar 1-1-7.
All thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture in Gippsland as Willis taps it beautifully done to Kim Drew. Will try and bend it from right to left and a Zambrero contender and just misses. That's another minor score on the Murray Racing Club scoreboard.
15-point lead to Leongatha at the 4.5-minute mark of the second quarter. 3-4-22 to Murray 1-1-7.
Like that in the first quarter, peppering the goals early.
As Van Dyke comes back in, gets it to Biffin. Don't forget, if you want to go to the Moe Cup, remember when Mum and Dad went back in the day? They had an absolute blast.
We did.
It's now your turn to get along. The marquee packages start from $140. And that is the Moe Cup on the 20th of October. Kick from Biffin was a little bit errant. Blaze has to do some groundwork. Gives it to Ferrado. Inboard handball to Baldy. Trent got one over the shoulder. He looks up and sees that Kim Drew hit him. And a 50-metre penalty will be paid from this as well.
They're not frightened to put their head over the ball, the Baldy boys.
No. And they just take notice of who hit them as well.
It's a nice 50 too.
Yeah, Trent Baldy now at the top of his own forward 50 will go deep towards the Pepper direction. It's going to hit him, but coming across in front was Jacob Wood. Pepper says, thanks for the kick, Trent. I'll leave it for me good mate, Jacob Wood.
Now, if Jacob Wood kicks the goal, we would say it was a great option to let him mark it. And if he didn't, we probably would have wanted Pepper to mark it, Scud.
Well, let's have a look at it. Tight-ish angle in front of the can bar, kicking towards the South Street end of the ground. Jacob Wood does not put it through. It hits the upright for another minor score, and that's all we've had to open up the second quarter.
Murray Racing Club scoreboard sees Murray now onto 1-2-8, trailing Leongatha 3-4-22.
Yeah, absolutely. We've had 4 points so far in the second quarter, and that one there was that Breeze just pushing across. He just didn't start it outside the right post there on that one, Boxer.
Yeah, he did. Now, Maskell plays on from his kick out, comes out wide here. He was looking for Hilberg, but a great mark in front then by Scotty Van Dyke, and he brings the ball straight back inside 50. Looking for Nick Prowse, and couldn't mark either because both of them didn't get up there. But Huey Pepper come out from Huey Pepper. It was Harry Pepper. He was his uncle. He's come out from the back. He's lapped up the crumbs and he's kicked a goal, a much-needed goal there for the Bowie Lions. He was his uncle.
Nick Nack Price. Nick Nack Prowse and then Price. I'm not sure who it was. And then Huey Pepper. Huey Pepper's come
I've got them all. I'll give you any name that you want.
Anybody that is listening, that was Nick Prowse was the target. It came over the back and Harry Pepper was able to run into an open goal and put the goal through for the Lions.
That's called eclectic commentary. Well done, Box.
Thank you very much.
8-point margin at the 7-minute mark of the second quarter on the Murray Racing Club scoreboard. Leongatha 3-4-22, leading Murray 2-2-14.
I need a break.
You might see that in the highlights reel during the week, I think.
Nick Nack Prowse.
Huey Pepper. I've been playing with him for about 30 years.
Going well.
It's a much-needed goal in the scheme of things for the Lions, though. The big moments, all thanks to the Morwell Bowling Club. As now Morrow will do the ruck duties with Willis. Morrow tapped it down on the second one. Back there was Baldy. Gives a handball back to Blazer, who kicks around his body. Half-forward Maskell just reads it so well and so quickly to adjust. Intercept marking is sensational from this man. And he drives into the middle. Big Ben Willis, the target, finds him. Quickly gives a handball off to Kim Drew. Does he get through the Blazer tackle? No, sirree. As James Blazer winds back the clock and says, don't take me on. I've still got a little bit left to give. As the Lions start to build now with a little bit of pressure. Blazer kicks to half forward. Gowers will be the target, 2 to beat. got shoved in the back. The umpire said play on. Harry squeezed a handball out to Heppel. Got it out wide now. Where McGannon kicks down the line. The target was Ganane. The spoiler was Kelty. And the boundary line wins out 8.5 minutes in. 8-point margin.
A couple of other scores around the ground, thanks to Harvey Norman. We've got Hayfield leading Cowar. Woodside Yarram in a tight one, only 3 points. And Tyres doing as they do in front by 4 goals against Churchill.
Willis McGrath. Willis could have probably got a free kick. I'll give that tap out tomorrow. The ball's in dispute. The ball just trickles out there in front of Hilberg. Hilberg takes the ball, but the umpire says play on. Could have been just in the back there too for Hilberg. Another tackle put on there by Heppel. And the umpire says now I'll ball it up. While it's still in dispute, right on the arc of the 50 for the Leongatha side. Ball goes back up. Willis, Morrow, goes to Morrow this time, the tap out. The ball is trapped in there by Willis, but Morrow's got him wrapped up. And we'll have another ball up, again, in exactly the same spot where we started this one about 30 seconds ago. Willis, Morrow. This time it's Morrow again, picked up there by Blazer. He was chicken wing, but he was good enough to get the handball out, looking for Baldy. He overrun the ball, and then his brother hits the ground as well. Riley follows up again. We're going to have another stoppage, this time inside the middle of the ground here at Ted Summerton Reserve.
It's nice and hard at it. We'll just go around the grounds for Harvey Norman Furniture Gippsland into the AFL. We've got the Kangaroos leading 6-1-37 to Essendon 5-2-32 at half-time. And the Suns are 2 points up against the Swans at half-time.
Willis tried to grab it out of the ruck. Quick handball drew to Heppel. Goes inside forward 50 again. Top of the square. Declan Kelty just taps it down. Talon Brill was there. It's between his legs. He sits on it. He camps. But the umpire was quick on the whistle. And we'll get a ball up. 10 minutes into the second quarter here on the Moe Racing Club. If you're looking for Moe Cup Day, it's on Friday, October 20. And everyone will be going to it, no doubt. It's the biggest race day in Gippsland. A quick kick out from the Lions defence to relieve some pressure, but it's going to come back because Kim Drew takes the mark, gives it off to Maskell. He's got some pressure coming from behind that he didn't notice. And well done by Maslin just to cause that pressure and have the errant kick go out of bounds on the full.
Poor handball there by Kim Drew. He could see that there was pressure coming behind and didn't need to do that, just needed to go back and look for a better option inside 50.
So Stanlake, it is Mulqueen. Back down there, hard up on these point post. We'll kick it towards the commentary side of the ground. Prowse will be the target. That is Knick-Knack Prowse. Front spot there was Gowers. Back it goes for Leongatha as Maskell puts it down. Ganane nearly took the mark. Front and square there was Garnham. Couldn't get it. Ricocheting around. The ball there from Biffin. Kicked it to the top of his defensive 50. Morrow gave a handball to Trent Baldy, who kicks a barrel out towards the wing. It's a foot race. Westaway and Prowse. It sits for Westaway. Took on the sim tackle and driven into the ground. And the umpire quickly again says, my ball. True centre wing. Ted Summer, the reserve, 11 minutes into the second quarter. It's 8 points. Here's Nick Boxer-Lacino on TRFM.
Hilberg and Morrow. Morrow wins a tap out. Couldn't get a kick away. Baldy got a great handball out to Stanlake. Puts the ball inside 50. Not one in really particular. Pepper's there. He's got 2 to beat there from Leongatha. And Leongatha win out. It was Maskell and Sammy Forrester as well. And it's out of bounds. Nearly just in front of there of the Canberra. Who's still under shelter, even though it's not raining at the moment.
Wouldn't mind seeing one of those guys just walk out down to the fence.
Go down there and know what's going on as well.
Brave the elements, boys.
It's Morrow and Hilberg again. Morrow wins the tap out, wins the ball down to Ferrado. Ferrado gets the ball inside to Prowse. Looking for Prowse. Good follow-up there by Forrester, but Stanlake, a quick snap-away goal then too. Could be our contender for the Zambero goal of the day. Our first one for the afternoon. Every player gets around him then too. So potentially this could be our winner, unless someone can get better than that.
Good call, Boxer. And actually, you got the names out there right, but it was a great kick there by Sandlake. On the outside of his right boot, put it straight through the middle. And important one as they keep chipping away at this lead, the Moe Lions.
And that leads down to 2 points, Tim. At the 12.5-minute mark of the second quarter, the Moe Racing Club scoreboard has Leongatha ahead 3-4-22 to Moe 3-2-20.
Timmy, don't you just love it? It could be our Zambrero goal of the day if no one kicks a better one.
Oh, look,
that's how it works.
You just got to cover yourself.
he's all over it, I tell you.
Well, he's improved from the joke of the day. Just repeating that Boxer's got an hour training session. He's in strife. His joke of the day was no good. And Anna's going to put him through a workout at Area 365 Health and Fitness. Back to the middle. The Moe Lions are rolling now as Morrow tapped it down to Baldy. In towards Prowse and too tall. And Prowse takes the mark. And he'll look to get the Lions in front. And what we thought is kicking towards the South Street end of the ground with a bit of breeze into their face, all of a sudden the goals are being kicked at that top end of the ground, Tim.
Yeah, absolutely they are. We saw, obviously, Leongatha put 3 on the board in that first quarter as well. So Moe are looking to put their third on as we've just ticked over 13 and a half minutes here into the second quarter.
Might be carbon copy, as you said, as Prowse comes in, coming off a 6-goal haul. He puts it on its way, misses. He's kept it to his near side. And on your Moe Racing Club scoreboard, sees
Moe 3-3-21, 1 point now the difference. Leongatha 3-4-22.
Maskell's got the ball. Why wouldn't you have the ball in this guy's hands when you want to kick out? Just surveys his options, plays on, comes commentary side of the ground.
Willis.
Looks long for Willis. Couldn't mark. Ball comes up to Morrow, his opponent. He gets a quick little kick away. It wasn't great. Balfour's there. He's going 1-to-1 with Brill. They both run over the boundary line, right into the Moe coaches' boxes as well.
So
And,
when you say comes tomorrow, does that mean Sunday?
It's okay when Scud does it. Now that you've done it, I'm done. I'm a shot dinner. The ball goes back in to go. Morrow will give him the tap out for that one as well. And Brill, he overruns the ball. Heads are just bobbing around at the moment. Danaher couldn't win the ball.
Good pressure,
and the ball's still in great pressure. And Heppel sees the ball over the line. There's another boundary throw in here.
Good steal there by Heppel, straight out of Danaher's hands. It's nice and hot as we expected in this contest, and a cracking game with only 1 point lead here to the Parrots.
Ball comes back in. Oh, it gave Willis a big morrow. Big morrow.
It's rubbing off. It's rubbing off.
How you going there, Scud?
Look, I've got a pet falcon. I've got a pet falcon that's called Morrow.
Yeah, right.
And it's starting to catch on. Sorry, Boxer. There's Danaher's little kick. Marriott got a handle on it, and Balfour was able to see it go over. So the Falcon hit Ben Willis in the head.
Big Willis.
Oh, this is happening. It's all happening.
Come on, it's my fault.
15-minute mark of the second quarter for the Moe Racing Club. The margin's at a point. We've got an absolute cracker. Willis grabs it out of the ruck. Jacob Wood barrels it inside his forward 50. Worked underneath it. Maslin did well. He pushed him, though. He pushed his opponent too far. The cameraman's not happy. Next to us in the box with a big sigh. He didn't think it was on. Maskell's got the free kick at half-back.
Unfortunately, he put 2 hands straight in his back, Scud, and then extended his arms. If he had just kept the arm still, he would have been right.
Maskell drives it down towards Gown. There's another push out. That umpire lets it go. Now out of Statsman's barracking for Moe as well. As Biffin's kick ricochets off, we'll get another boundary throw in.
We probably need to take a few deep breaths, everybody, and just relax. Focus. And let's get back to business.
Thank you very much from wordsmith Nick Lachino this afternoon.
Don't worry.
Over to you, Boxer.
Yeah, sorry, Morrow, tap in. Ben Danaher just gave him a bit of a bare heg ride in. Looked like a WWE move.
What did he do?
And I don't know what he did then. I just did something. But they dove.
Was that a bear hug?
Yeah, bear hug, that'll do. Willis gets a tap on. The ball is there. That's the Riley sort. Gets a little quick kick away. No one there in particular there for Moe. Balfour's there with the contest. Picked up there by... it was Vanderpleit. Vanderpleit gets another handball out to Willis. His little kick away goes to Cameron Stone. He's over the ball a little bit there, but it was good enough there to pick the ball up. Hands the ball off to Maskell. Maskell gets the ball out, looking for Brill. Over sort of on a one-on-one, a great little work there.
But I'm Pratt.
And Pratt kicks the ball inside 50. It was young Balfour just out of reach for him as well. Stone's putting the pressure on there too. Sammy Forrester as well from Leongatha to support. There's a free kick being won out of it.
Going to go to Balfour, yep.
It is Balfour. Back to Pratt. Pratt follows up the ball, kicks the ball inside 50. Looking for Stanlake. Stanlake's there one-on-one. No, it was a great little contest there from the Leongatha backman, who I couldn't pick up there as well. And the umpire says, I'll come in and ball it up. 20 metres out, straight in front there for the Moe side.
1 point is the margin. Willis grabs it out of the ruck. He's in trouble now if he doesn't get a kick, but he does. The ball just barrels it out. Trent Baldy's on the outer side, though. Can he gather it in front of Cameron Stone? Well, he kept his feet. He did exceptionally well. And Baldy delivers with a bullet, but misses Balfour. And Westaway will slide in. And Maskell it is who takes the mark in the end. Comes inboard.
Willis was very much a ballerina again coming out of that one, Scud. He did well. He got around 2 and then put the ball on the boot.
So Little John has it. Defensive back pocket. Kicks out wide. Jackson Harry works his player underneath it. The umpire said, no, you can't extend the arms again, Tim. And Gowers wins the free kick.
Correct. The same umpire called the same thing.
Fair enough too, as Gowers drives it deep into inside forward 50, and again Maskell takes the mark, although he's called it again.
Free kick off the ball.
What was it for, Tim?
I'm not sure.
Pushing the buck. I saw the hands go out. And he's paid 3 of those within the space of 3 minutes. Pepper.
Not a surprise to see who's blown it either, Scud.
Yep, exactly.
Nowhere in the contest, so I'm not sure how it was a push in the back, but anyway, we'll carry on.
Harry Pepper, hard up on the boundary line, around the body, and Pepper puts through the Zambrero goal of the day. Contender boxer, I think you've been knocked off.
Unless somebody else gets better.
Harry Pepper's got 2 this afternoon for the Lions, but more importantly, the Lions in front for the first time.
At the 19-minute mark of the second quarter, Moe hit the lead by 5 points. On the Moe Racing Club scoreboard, the Lions are 4-3-27, leading Leongatha 3-4-22.
Just over on the A-grade netball court, we got the Lions in front there, 20-11 against the Parrots. So that'd be in the second quarter there, I'm pretty sure. So absolutely, the Lions here at the on Ted Summerton Oval, they've certainly taken control of the game, getting the ball out of the midfield and very efficient going forward.
It's McGrath and Willis in the middle. McGrath gets a tap down forward. Heppel wins the ball. McGrath follows up from his ruck work, puts him in a bear hug. But Heppel says, no, I'm going to hold my feet. It's another ball up just outside the centre circle here. We've been playing 19 minutes now in this second quarter. McGrath goes early, but still wins the tap out there for Moe. Picked off there by Drew, just brilliantly. Turns onto his right foot, kicks the ball dead inside 50 there. Looking forward, Gown. He couldn't mark. Great tap away there by Kelty. Ball couldn't be won there by Garnham. Picked off there by, looks like Scotty Van Dyke. He's picked up, followed up there, giving it to Riley Bordy. Another 1-2 inside there to Van Dyke. His ball was smothered there by Heppel. Getting another follow-up by Van Dyke. He wins the free kick. A great little passage of play there by Van Dyke. He was in 3 or 4 little overlaps then as well. He plays on immediately, kicks to the far wing here. Commentary side. He finds Trent Baldy. Trent Baldy plays on, does the old Iloetta, and Prowse tries to mark, couldn't mark then too. Then Riley Baldy, quick little handball out, finds, and Jacob Wood on the other end of it. Tries the old candy, didn't work, then gave away a free kick. He would have been disappointed with that action as well, because he thought he might have been a real good contender there for a shot at goal.
How good was Maskell?
Oh, absolutely. It was spot on. The Wood's step was great, but then Maskell was just as good in getting his hand in there and diffusing the play there.
Inboard kick to Kim Drew. Still in defensive 50. Wobbly kick coming out. Might work for him. Jesse Burns at ground level. Twisting does well. He's got one out there. He's got 2 on the outer side. One of those is Stone. They can run and carry if they want or kick. He tries the ladder and gets it to Marriott. Now, that should be 50.
The umpire's called play on.
Unbelievable.
Well, if it's play on, then it's a push in the back.
Exactly right. So the kick calls Marriott to errant kick, and someone's down. They're holding their leg boxer. Keep an eye on that.
I've got it.
The ball is at the top of the 50, and we've got a stoppage. Biffin just starts to get up now, limping on that right leg, which is already strapped around the top end of the calf too. So let's hope it's nothing related. As the ball up now goes down, Gowes has come up around this contest, ran down from behind. Marriott wins the free kick on that occasion, and he loved that one. The tackle on Pratt was good. Sorry, it was Ferrado. And Marriott has it too far out to score. Ganane presents. Gowns in a one-on-one. Out wide is Lammers. He'll elevate over the back. Jensen Garnham had a good piece of it. Heppel was there. Squeezed a handball to Lammers. He sold some candy. Lost the footy. Now they're under pressure of the defence. Handball quickly done by Mulqueen, and the umpire's going to bring this back. It's a free kick going Moe's way.
This might have been against Garnham then as well. They just got a little bit carried away then, Scud.
So Sim has it for the Lions as they lead it now. And it is that area of concern.
I was going to say Biffin's where they're looking exactly where he's got the tape on it.
Clears the kick out wide. Prowse the target. Maslin across the front takes a nice mark on his half-back flank for the Lions as they lead by 5 points.
Yeah, he's just surveying the options at the moment too, Maslin as well. Goes down the line. They're looking for Prowse. He just does the right thing. Takes a great mark. Great contested mark. Plays on immediately looking for Baldy, Riley Baldy, and he marks just outside 50. Plays on immediately looking for Pepper. He's got great pace and a great kick. Finds him deep in the pocket, just close to the point post as well, while Biffin comes off the ground to get assessed. But Pepper...
Great ball movement there by the Lions. Strong mark there by Prowse. You've got the ball on quickly and a great delivery inside there by Riley Baldy into Harry Pepper. who'll probably go around on his left foot. It looks like that's how he's going to set up, Boxer.
Going for his second goal already in this quarter. This time he really drags it wide. Actually, he's not even going to go out of bounds on the full on the far side. It was marked there beautifully by Cameron Stone. He plays on. No one into really, his kick wasn't great. Looking for Hilberg, but it trickles out of bounds. Far side of the ground here at Ted Summerton Reserve. We've been playing 23 minutes at the moment, and it's Moe by 5 points.
And the Parrots haven't been able to get on the goal-scoring mark in this second quarter, so whereas the Lions have been able to kick 3 goals. They need to arrest that here in this last part of the second quarter.
Kick from Bordy was smothered there from Van der Pluyt. Goes backwards 15, 20 metres. Van Dijk was there. Inboard handball to Ferrado. Goes towards Gowers and has one bite. Got shoved in the back. And he'll have a shot on goal. Big moments right now for the Morwell Bowling Club are right here. As Billy Gowers will go back. And don't forget, if you're looking for a function room, the best in Gippsland, you need to head to the Morwell Bowling Club. It's now open. You can bookings and inquiries. Head to morwellbowls.com.au as Billy Gowers will have a shot slight angle.
Just didn't need to do that there. I think that was Jackson Harry that put the hands in the back.
Plays on, gets around on the right foot to get a little bit extra distance, puts it on its way. Breeze holds it up, but ever so slightly. The umpire's going to confer. They come together, and I'm not sure why the umpire needed to do that. Just a bit of love time, that's all it was. It was a goal to Billy Gowers, though, and now the Lions have got 4 in the quarter.
Well, just like you, Scuddy, the umpire out there just wanted a bit of me time, so he was just making himself known for no particular reason. That clearly went straight through the uprights, and unfortunately, this, like you, just wanted to be part of the game.
Bit confusing.
Moe now out to an 11-point lead at the 24-minute mark of the second quarter. The Moe Racing Club scoreboard has the Lions on 5-3-33, leading Leongatha 3-4-22.
Tapped out by Willers, finds Heppel on the run, so this could be a quick reply here for the Leongatha. His handball wasn't great. Looking for Burns, a great follow-through then, too, by Pratt, who busted open the pack. The umpire's found a free kick. He's put the arm up the wrong way, but it's going to go to Ben Danaher of Moe. Just right on the arc here of his defensive 50. Pushes the ball out wide. What are we laughing at here, gentlemen?
All good, Boxer. You keep going, mate.
No worries at all. I just don't like to be distracted while I'm actually making a mess of everything as well. So he punches the ball out wide, and he finds Ben Danaher. They're just going to chip the ball around a little bit here. We've played 25 minutes here in the second quarter. Another short kick inside. Finds Stanlake. Now, Stanlake, he weighs up his options. He hasn't got a lot to kick to at the moment, so he's probably going to go straight down the line. His kick wasn't great. He kept it short and stiff. And it was marked there by Maskell. Maskell, he plays on, kicks it inside. Beautiful kick inside the Burns. Great mark, too. Plays on immediately. Balls it up and under. Kicks inside 50. Declan Caldy and Gown. It's a great contest there as well. Gown was good enough to follow up. Picks up the ball, gets the handball out. Great tackle, too. The umpire says play on. The ball comes out to Ferrado, or it could be Seppi. It is Seppi. Pushes the ball out to Brock Smith. Smith, cool head, kicks inside. No one's really in particular to kick to. The ball comes in dispute. Still in dispute at the moment, too. The ball's just trickling around up and down at the moment. There's a lot of pressure out there, too, until Burns gets the ball. Great follow-up there, too, by Drew. Drew kicks the ball inside, looking for Ganane, but the ball goes out. So, is it out of bounds or out in the full? We're still waiting for the umpire to give us a decision. It is out of bounds on the full in the defensive back pocket there of Moe.
Mulqueen, 26 and a half minutes gone. In his defensive back pocket, they lead by 11 now, the Lions, after trailing by 12 at quarter time. They've kicked 4 goals to 0 in this quarter. They get it at half back. Sim kicks around the body towards Gowers. Handballs to himself at ground level. Jacob Wood decides to come in and help. And he gets wrapped up in a tackle, and we'll get a stoppage on the far side of the ground. All players for Leongatha high up the ground and around this contest. As Willis taps it over his head. Danaher squeezed a handball out to Seppi. He's under pressure, still got a handball away. Went forward, coming the other direction was Hume when he didn't have the football.
Free kick.
Jack Hume will get it. Out of side, although he's taking a little bit of time to get up, is Jack Hume. This could be a bit of a worry. He's holding his knee as well. It's the left knee. I'll be surprised he's still down at ground level. Umpire will just halt play.
Yeah, they've called the bench as well, the runner.
Jack Hume just got twisted up in the tackle. It was left the footy behind. The tackler continued as they spun around. It was one of those. They always look awkward, don't they, when you look at them on film or when you're live at the game. They just get caught up and you hope that knees and legs are all okay. That one might have just been when it still was planted in the ground and his body was moving the other direction.
Yeah, I think the concern, sorry, Timmy. I think the concern is because he's still down.
Yeah, his hand's definitely still and has stayed behind his left knee is where his hand has been. But just obviously trainers from both sides have gone out there to try and help, just to have a bit of a look at it and see what's happening on the far side.
He's going to try and stand up now, and we can't put a great deal of pressure on that left knee, and two trainers will grab his arm and try and carry him off. He tries to walk. He's very, very proppy on this far side of the ground.
There's no pressure going on it at all, Scud.
No, 28 minutes have gone. So this quarter might be extended by a few. It'll be interesting to see how long the umpires actually wait. He's not being carried off on a stretcher. They've got two trainers either side, but it's very, very slow. I think that it's been a lot this year. The umpires will wait until they get right to this near side of the ground, just about, won't they?
It was interesting that during the week I was listening to Ray Chamberlain speak in relation to the situation.
Your twin?
My twin, Razor. And we were just he was having a bit of a chat around the probably a little bit under the siding of the duty of care, not so much in terms of the player's injury, but if something was the ball was all of a sudden to come out this side pretty quickly, then also you've got the injured player, you've got trainers out there on the ground, so all of a sudden it becomes another area of concern for the umpires that they've got to try and manage and watch. So
is there a distance?
I just think, though, too, if it's a serious injury, though, and it looks like it could be very serious at the moment.
He's only just got to the middle, by the way.
You probably could have taken him around that way and walked him around.
But then you can't because of the interchange. You can't come back on the game just in case. So you do the right thing if he happens to come back. Well, he's in the middle of the ground. The umpires decided now to get things back underway, and he's probably just on the wing area, so he's still got a fair bit to go. Not too sure if Leongatha, they surely haven't put the extra player on, have they?
No, they can't.
No, I wouldn't have thought so. So the kick eventually gets down to half forward there for the Parrots. We're going to have a stoppage again, and he's just as we said, he can't put any pressure at all, Jack Hume, on that left knee, and he's still in the wing area.
And this is sometimes where you look at it and go, is he better off being put on the stretcher, get him off for his sake as much as anything?
Yep.
Because I think it's 15 minutes, I'm pretty sure, once he's been off on the stretcher, that he can come back on. So I'm not sure by the looks of it, I'm not sure he's going to be coming back out. I don't like to make predictions like boxer too often, but I'm pretty sure that he won't be joining us again.
And he's not even going to come through the interchange box either, so that's a big concern right now for the Leongatha side. So clearly not coming through the interchange. However, this is an interesting one. No player's gone on. I reckon they've got a player that already went out there.
I'll just do a quick head count.
I'm pretty sure
they made a change. That's why I made mention of it, because they made a change when he was halfway out. Jack Hume's clearly not in a good way. He's distressed as well and disappointed. We hope and fingers crossed that it's not a bad knee injury, but that certainly looks tough to me.
Baldy's got it out. They have got 18 out on the ground,
wasn't no blood rule? There's nothing like that at all?
Unless the umpires have called him to come back on.
Yep.
That's the only reason he would have gone on early.
11 points is the margin. It's been all the Lions, but that's not the story at the moment, because this game, as big as what it is, these sides will meet each other. Finals are not that far away. And one of Leongatha's star players have just been carried off with a knee injury.
Free kick to Van der Pleyt.
He's 2 kicks away from having a shot at goal. He'll have to kick it towards about 30 metres out. Talon Brill will be the target. Got underneath it. Where are the crummers for the Parrots? Not there. Gown tries to keep it in, and then Baldy just shoves the opponent off, and it goes over for a boundary throw-in. So 31 and a half minutes we've travelled. We've probably got another maybe 3-4 minutes of play to go, you'd think, with that stoppage. And the margin sits at 11 points.
Ball back into play. It's Kilty versus Gown. No one really won the tap out then too. It was a quick handball out there by Lamas. The kick inside looking for Hilberg. He couldn't mark. Ball spoilt. It's a great little spoil there too. And that was Maslin. And the ball's out of bounds. Forward pocket there for the Parrots at the moment. A much needed goal coming for the Parrots if they can get it here. Tap out there, one there by Gown. Ball comes to ground, Burns. Quick little snap around there by a little small forward. But it's just gone off to the right, and it's another behind there for the Parrots.
And that's their fourth behind for the quarter. They are 3-5-23 Leongatha on the Murray Racing Club scoreboard. Murray ahead by 10 points, 5-3-33.
Needed that one, the Parrots, to go through just to try and get some ascendancy back in their game, because the Lions have had control for most of this second quarter.
They certainly have, as... Bringing it back in, Scott Van Dyke kicks to the far side of the ground. Willis, and out there coming across the front was Maskell. Couldn't complete the mark. Little kick forward there by Belford. Didn't go a great deal. Cameron Stone grabbed it and put it back to the top of the 50. Burns with a big fly. Play on to the umpire. Ball at ground level. And now the umpire will just wait and have a ball up. We've got free kick count, have we, Paul Carter? Just want to interesting to know how that sits at the moment.
This quarter, 12-6 Moe's way.
Half time in the A-grade netball, we've got Moe 31, Leongatha 16.
And overall, Paul, so 12-6 for this quarter. Overall, it would be?
Moe 23-16.
Seems to be a lot of free kicks.
That's a lot.
Yeah. 23-16 Moe's way.
Nearly at 40 before half time.
Yeah, exactly. So ball comes back in. Little kick off the ground there from Heppel. The siren sounds. It is half time. And boy, oh boy, we've had half of two halves. And at that occasion, it was all Moe where they kicked 4 goals to none in the quarter for Leongatha. Leongatha, they were 3-1 at quarter time. They end up being 3-5 at half time. But big news, Jack Hume is out of the game with a suspected knee injury, and he doesn't look in a good way. He didn't go through the interchange box. He won't be coming back on for this game. Now the concern will head towards the finals as they trail at the moment, the Lions. 5-3-33 Leongatha, 3-5-23. It's half time, and it's Gippsland Live. All thanks to Harvey Norman, Electrical Gippsland. Let's get down to business. It is third quarter coming up right now. It's all thanks to McDonald's. The margin's at 10 points. Anyone want to change their tip before we get things underway? First of all, to you, Boxer, you went with a draw.
Yeah, I'll still stick with it.
Okay. Paul?
I'm pretty happy with mine at the moment.
Moe 9 points. So I went Leongatha 12 points. Timmy, you went Leongatha 17.
Yeah, no, I'm quite comfortable to sit there at that. I'm not going to change it.
Fair enough.
To be brutally honest, I've got to back him in.
It's certainly been two quarters of complete different halves in that, if that makes sense.
Two quarters of complete different halves. How we go?
Do you want me to swap seats? I think it's me.
I think it is, yeah.
It could be
Next to
me.
me at the moment.
I think it's
The feng shui in the room hasn't quite balanced since you've...
there's no balance.
It's been a half of two quarters. Is that better? As this third quarter's underway, Willis taps it down straight to Van der Pluyt, who got wrapped up in the tackle. We'll do it again. As we said, the margin sits at 10 points in favour of the Lions. Can the Parrots get something going? Tap down to Van der Pluyt again. Tackled by Blazer. He didn't have the football. The umpire said, play on. Blazer and Van der Pluyt go at it. Kicked off the ground there from Heppel. Half-forward Van Dijk's had a great year. He's having a good game. On this occasion, though, the kick gets turned over to Stone. For the Parrots, he looks down towards half-forward. The target will be Gown, but in the front spot, Caldy coming back with a flight was nicely done from Riley Baldy.
They haven't delivered the ball well to their forwards for most of today, the Parrots. They need to improve that here early in the third quarter.
Baldy rolls around onto the right foot. He turns it over, kicks it down Willis's throat.
That's what we've seen so far, just indirect kicking from both sides for the first half. They've really got to tidy it up. Willis kick go inside there to Maskill. Maskill puts it out to Harry. Harry's deep inside his defensive 50, goes wide again and finds Turton. Turton marks on his knees. Not much to go to then too, so well held up there by the Lions. His kick wasn't great. He was looking for and didn't find Hilberg. He gets the handball off to Drew. Drew's kick, his left foot kick, wasn't a great one. Nearly picked off there by, it must be Seppi. And Seppi's kick actually was defensively kicked out there by Hilberg. And it's an out of bounce on the far side here at Ted Summerton Reserve. We've only been playing a minute and a half, and Scud's already laughing at some of my comments already. So I'm looking forward to the last quarter when I'm not doing this again.
Ball comes back in. It was tapped back towards the boundary line, and we'll have a boundary throw in.
7 different players all in different positions there for Leongatha.
Well, we've still got it. I feel sorry for Paul Carter.
Willis and Morrow. Front spot Willis taps it down over the back though. Bowman was there. And again, close to the boundary line. We'll have a third throw-in the space of 10 seconds.
I'll make a commitment to you now, Paul Carter, that I'll get it right for you now. If I don't, I'll just write it down.
Good to hear, Box. Thank you.
We better get him another pen. 2.
More of that stuff.
Yes, the whiteout. That was it. That you pointed at. This is radio, Paul. We're not on TV at the moment.
Oh, good.
Not with this head anyway. There's a boundary throw-in again. The two big Goliaths go at it. This time Morrow tapped it down. Out there was Seppi, flung it over his shoulder. The umpire said, let's quickly ball it up because why wouldn't you continue on with the quick blowing of the whistle?
Just around the ground, Scud, thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture Gippsland in the AFL, we've got Essendon leading the Kangaroos by 7 points at three-quarter time. Interesting
game down there in the AFL. Let's hope for an upset. The Bomber fans won't be happy, although they might want another draft pick because finals won't find them again in season 2023. Kick around the body from the Lions from Van Dijk finds a boundary line. Just to open up the first 3 minutes of this game, it's been a real stalemate, hasn't it, in this third quarter?
Yeah, absolutely it has. And it, as we said, the game hasn't really reached any heights like we thought it might. So one of the teams is going to get on a run here pretty shortly, I'm sure.
Maskell brings the ball back in for the Parrots. He was looking for and finds Heppelwood, takes a great contested mark in front of Blazer. He turns on, wants the ball inside 50 quickly, looks up, looking for Ganane, over the top of Ganane's head.
Oh, well done.
But the ever reliable Declan Kelty marks, kicks the ball out wide, finds Scotty Van Dijk. He chips the ball. It wasn't a great chip. Finds Biffin. No, Biffin couldn't mark, still keeps the ball inside play. Probably should have let it go out. Van Dijk followed up. Gets a little chip kick out to Morrow. Morrow says, and the umpire's actually found a free kick. The ball's gone out of bounds on the full. And it's a free kick there to Kim Drew. He plays on quickly, looking for and finds on a great lead, Talon Brill. Might be a bit too far out to goal here for Brill, but it was a great lead, great mark, brought back in. So he's deep in the pocket, far side of the ground here on Ted Summerton Reserve. Gives himself a bit of a chance here, but My thought will be that he'll top it to the top of the square, and he does. And the lead inside 50 by Ganane nearly chiselled him quickly. He plays on, gets the handball out, finds Vanna Plate. It might be a free kick here, and the umpire says no free kick. It could be holding the ball, and it isn't. So it could have been a couple of ways there. The ball could have gone, and it's gone neutrally. The umpire says, I'll ball it up. 20 metres out in front of Leongatha's goal.
Jack Ganane's going to have a nice bruise on his left chest there from where Talon Brill just drilled it into him.
So a really dangerous spot for the Lions defence. Tapped down. Heppel tried to hit it at pace, left it behind. Morrow grabbed it, kicks it high towards the boundary line. Seppi was out there. Good work by Pepper. Allowed Seppi to run on it. Took on the tackle of Forrester. They handled him ball. Cameron Stone was there for the Parrots. Gets it across now to Forrester, who was quickly wrapped up in the tackle. And we'll have a ball up on the half-forward flank. The Lions defence so far has stood tall. It's been all Leongatha's half to open up this 5-minute mark of the third quarter. The margin, though, still sits at 10 points. Willis taps it forward. Jesse Burns nearly got through the tackle. That's holding the footy. And it is incorrect disposal and going on with it out there too. Scotty Van Dyke, normally one of the nicest guys you'll meet, had a little bit of aggression. Inboard kick found Blazer.
The Parrots have started well in each of the quarters, Scud, and Moe have just sort of seemed to take a little while to get their game going and then have worked their way into each quarter. So the Parrots, though, first 5.5 minutes haven't been able to make any inroads into the scoreboard.
Riley Baldy, half-back, kicks down towards the wing area. In the right spot there is Willis. He had 2 or 3 bites at it, did well. Looks to switch it, but the switch wasn't quite on. He still might persist with it. He eventually goes by hand. And it was Forrester he gave it to, who went inboard to Talonbrell. He can continue on with the switch and come to this near side. Jacob Lammers will be his target. Finds him. They've got one over the top. Actually, they've got 2 because Marriott's just come on the field. And it gets to Harry. He's got to keep it in. Closing quickly, though, is Pratt. Does well. Ball now in dispute. Lammers somehow gets out of a tight little spot. Handballs over the top to Marriott. Inboard by hands to Kim Drew. Took on Blazer. Sold some candy. Delivers towards the goal square, and reading it better on that occasion was Brock Smith. And he'll stop the forward thrust, and he gets it out to Seppi.
Seppi rolls around on his left foot, kicks it long, far on the wing there, looking for, and couldn't find Maslin. Ball comes to ground in dispute. 2-on-1. The ball keeps coming inside there for Leongatha. No one's there ready marked. Picked off there by Seppi. Good little handball out to Kelty. Kelty's kick down the line. No one in particular. Just want to get out of the hot spot, but a great mark. And a fantastic mark there by Harry Huey Pepper. He finds on, plays on, kicks it long, looking for Gowers. He couldn't mark on the chest. He's closely played.
Free kick.
The umpire's found a free kick. And it goes to Gowers. He plays on immediately around Harry. Harry's good enough to pirouette with him as well. Gets the ball on top of the square, looking for Prowse, and he marks.
Oh.
The umpire hasn't paid the fine. Oh, hang on. The umpire has not paid the mark. It was played on. And it's a point there to the Lions.
Look, there was great work there by Jackson Harry just to make the kick in from Gowers that little bit harder. But Prowse should have held that well and truly. He wasn't paid the mark and then was able to just get the point there for the Lions.
7.5 minutes for the first score of the quarter takes Murray to an 11-point lead in the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. 5-4-34 to 3-5-23.
Maskell played on, got it to Little John. Of course, don't forget the McDonald's scoreboard is the Juicy Angus. That's the Aussie Juicy Angus. As Little John goes inboard to Forrester. Sizzling bacon, smoky barbecue sauce, barbecue bacon Angus at McDonald's.
Parrots midfield needs to start to get on top, Scud. They've been very quiet so far early in this third quarter.
Yep, Forrest kicks to the wing. Big spoil by, it was Stanlake. Lands in the lap of Van Dyke. Quickly kicks and unopposed Harry Pepper. Takes the chest mark, too easy. And it was just a kick and hope really from Van Dyke, wasn't it? But Pepper read it well. Leongatha defenders were caught out after the turnover occurred, and Pepper takes the easiest of marks.
He does take the easiest of marks, and as I said, there was a few of the top-line Leongatha midfield in Marriott and Heppel just sort of cruising around here, not really creating anything much. They need to start getting the ball through some hands or back on the 45 and try and open this Lions team up.
I think they've been good when they do switch it, but they haven't done that a great deal as Pepper comes in, leans back on it, goes away to the right and tries to work it back, and he does nicely. And the umpire gets back to the centre position, and Harry Pepper has 3. And all of a sudden, big moment to the game, and Pepper stands tall.
We spoke about it at the start of the game. You have to give me a little bit of credit here. I said there was 2 X factors in this game today. One was Harry Pepper. The other one was young Jensen Garnham from Leongatha. And so far, It's Harry Pepper who's really stood tall. It was a great kick then too, because Van Dijk just hoped and prayed, and then we've had a mark inside 50 like that.
17-point lead to Moe at the 9-minute mark of the third quarter. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, Moe 6-4-40 to 3-5-23.
Ball comes down. Tap out there was 2 by Aaron Heppel. The ball was picked up there by Heppel.
I like it how you've just asked
as well.
Give yourself some credit for actually doing what you were paid to do, which is special comments.
You're really good.
I was just waiting, because no one else is going to give me credit. Marriott gets a quick kick out. No one in particular. Blazers there, but Burns. Umpire's found a free kick. Not sure war for. Oh. But it goes to...
Sorry.
Goes to Brock Smith. Smith, he plays on. Kicks long inside 50. Pepper.
Oh, there's a push.
Holding first.
So first he's found the
first.
holding free kick, but it could have been a push in the back. And a very unlucky Moe side then too. But Maskell kicks the ball in. Not a great kick. Falls in the hands of McGrath. He marks. Plays on immediately on his left foot. Goes inside looking for Gower. His kick was intercepted there too and picked off there by Little John. So Little John, step inside his defensive 50. He'll look at chipping it through, and he does to Lammers. But Lammers rolls around on his left foot, kicks down the line. And we find a group of players here, no one in particular. Burnsley just picked it off the back of the pack. Held his handball was good. Found out Van Dijk punches the ball forward. The ball's still just bobbling around here. Could have been too high. The umpire was right there, and he said, no, I'll tell you what, I need a limelight and I'm going to ball this up.
Tim, do you think that if he blows the whistle quickly, he doesn't sort of see it pan out the way that everyone else does? I think if he just...
There you go, and there's another free kick that
goes the other way.
Who knows?
So
easier to just say who knows.
Yeah, McGrath sold a little bit of candy on the man on the mark, delivers to half forward with a short kick, front square there as Danaher did really well with a bit of bullock work. Handballs to Trent Baldy, hits Gowers right on the top of the 50. And we know he is a right footer. We know that he'll run around. You'll know that you watch. He'll take off, and he does right now to get to 51. Unloads, and Billy Gowers goes bang and puts it through from 51 metres out. There's a Zambrero contender for the goal of the day. Gowers has 2.
Absolutely is a contender for a Zambrero goal of the day. And Gowers, he started like a house on fire when he came into the league with a few big bags, but really big today in terms of his presence and power around it. And that's a quality goal from outside, and a big margin there for the Lions.
And in fact, they've doubled Leongatha's score at the moment. 3-5-23 Leongatha to Moe 7-4-46. We're at the 11-minute mark of the third quarter, and that's all on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
Hilberg, McGrath. I'll give that one to McGrath. Danaher, quick little handball out. Really no one in particular. Again, there he is again. Aaron Heppel zigs and zags and kicks the ball. It was actually Luke Bowman. My apologies there, Paul Carter. The free kick's been paid or not? The umpire has paid a free kick, and it goes to Burns. He's been in everything so far this quarter. And so he brings the ball inside 50 for Leongatha. Ball's high and kick, looking for Gowns. Gowns jumps and marks. He couldn't mark. Ball hits the ground, and it might be Baldy who's there at the moment. It's Riley Sort. And he brings the ball, creates a stoppage. It's a great play then too. Got high then, Gown. We haven't seen a lot of him this afternoon. And the Kilty matchup has been an absolute ripper so far this afternoon.
Kilty just off at the moment as well, just getting some treatment to a right eye injury. Looks to be okay. It just might be a little bit of a cut above the or below the eye.
I have Gown down for 4 touches only.
Yep.
Leongatha haven't kicked a goal since just before the 13 mark of the first quarter.
That is huge. Big moment right there. Gown out of the ruck with a snap. Goes across the face. Big pack will form. And Garnham in the end had to become the defender just to spoil it through. So it's a minor score on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
Taking Leongatha to 3-6-24. 22 points in arrears of Moe, who are 7-4-46.
Well, this is unbelievable in my mind just to think that Leongatha have not scored a goal, as Tim just said, 13-minute mark of the first quarter. Before the game, you would nearly say that they could be just about flag favourites. There's big question marks now on this Leongatha side, and the grand final race is open right now, and Moe are on their way to knocking them off twice throughout season 2023. They're on their home deck this afternoon. Gowers won the free kick, gave it to Danaher. His little neat kick found Baldy. They run on. Gowers got shoved in the back. He played for it.
No. But it's the second one because he's gone blind and he hasn't paid the first one, which is what Gowers has dumped one of the Leongatha guys.
Yep.
And so he's picked the retaliation. There's 3 of them out there, and I tell you, they need to start working together as a group.
Oh, let's have a look at him. Billy Gowers has the free kick on the wing area. He's too far out to score. He goes backwards where Van Dyke's on his own. He just continues to rack him up, does Scott. He drives a wobbly one down inside forward 50. It was a tough one for Harry. He couldn't handle it. That was Jackson Harry, not Harry Pepper. And Balfour will come in to help. We've got a stoppage now, 40 metres out. Directly in front, Moe. All Moe this afternoon. Since they trailed by 12 points at quarter time, they're out to 22-point lead.
Gam finds himself in the ruck now too, just maybe to try and find some form. And Baldy, he picks it off the top of the pack incredibly. Left forward, how good was he going? And he's off kick. And fortuitously has found Prowse. Is it Prowse dead in front? He ran about 38 metres. I don't know, about 38. But it's okay. The umpire didn't pick it up because the umpire was caught in behind the play. Stargazing.
Caught him behind the play?
Yeah, stargazing. He was stargazing,
He nearly ran from the other side of the ground.
No, it was a great pick off there as well. We'll just have to give credit where credit's due. He found his kick was off, but Prowse found himself in front.
But yeah, it's good forwards too. Boxer, as you would know, play in front and you'll get the luck of the drop of the ball.
Slopes in the big fella. Nick, knack, paddy, whack. Prowse comes in, head over the ball, and there's another goal then. There too, the Moe Lions. And they really start to open up this game already, Timmy.
Absolutely, they do, Boxer. And as you say, luck's a fortune, but if you play in front, you're going to get some rewards more than you're not from playing from behind. So, as I said, the Leongatha midfield are being totally play behind at the moment, and then the ball's coming in pretty hot for those guys in the defence, and they're struggling to hold them.
28-point lead to Moe, 15-minute mark of the third quarter. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard has the Lions at 8-4-52, Leongatha 3-6-24.
Rain starts to fall here at Ted Summoner Reserve, all thanks to Carpet Country this afternoon. Back to the middle they go. Ferrado head over it. Now Sim comes in to try and help. Runs away from Willis. Falls over, though, at the crucial stage. Now Stone picks it up. Handballs to open space, though. Jacob Wood just flashes. Picks it up. Has a bounce. He's running laterally. He wants to come back inboard. Handball was smothered. Now the desperation comes from the Parrots. Heppel gave it to Drew, but Drew's kick turned over. And it can't be Heppel who gave it to him. He's on the bench. As half-back Brock Smith goes inboard and finds Danaher. Comes out wide. He's got the target in Balfour. Finds him. He takes the mark. He wants to move it on quickly. Baldy presents. He kicks it over his head. Prowse and Westaway. Westaway with a good body work. Then got driven into the ground, into the back. And the Leongatha supporters,
even though we got no effects, Mike, there, Scud on pretty. I heard him all the way. I think we heard him all the way from Leongatha.
Yep, they might be thinking that they're getting the raw end of the stick when it comes to the umpires. Paul Carter, what do we got?
It's 5 apiece this quarter. So
I'm not sure they're talking about this quarter.
No, I don't think so either.
The ball gets transferred to the far side of the ground where Forrester was on the end of it. Kicks towards Burns and Sim. Burns will see it go over for a boundary throw in. And that's been the difference that I've noticed from Leongatha from previous games to today's game. When they do their switch, it's just a little bit slower. Maybe credit to where Moe, they've been able to stop down that switch. But previously, Leongatha were able to switch it and just go bang, bang across the outer side, and all of a sudden they got inside forward 50. Today, they haven't been able to do that. And I think it is credit to Moe's effort to get across and stop it and slow it at the source.
They started that way, Scud. Leongatha did definitely start that way, but definitely Moe's really picked up the intensity and really blocked that off as well. Van Gown, he wins that tap out. Ball wants to Marriott. He couldn't win the ball. Baldy's there as well. Picked off again then by Heppel. Heppel gets the handball out to Cameron Stone. Brings the ball inside 50. Big Benny Willis couldn't mark, which she should have marked. And
on the ball.
And it was holding the ball then too. That was really quick by the umpire. But Kim Drew wins himself a free kick. And that went against Tyson Biffin. He was really unlucky then too, Biffin. And we find Drew. He's about 45 metres out. He'll kick from 50.
Benny Willis should have swallowed that one right up, but lucky that, as you say, was quick on the whistle there again on Tyson Biffin. But Drew needs to put this one through, as we said. Haven't kicked the goal since the 13-minute mark of the first quarter.
He knew his limitations then as well. I think Marriott nearly got his head taken off, so they've gained about 10 metres inside 50. It's a little chiselling kick then too by Drew. He wasn't real confident, and it was a little set play then by the Parrots. But Marriott, he gets up a little bit gingerly.
Well, I'm not sure.
Probably a better kick from there.
I'm not sure why Benny Danaher had his hands out, as if he was a bit unlucky on that one.
We're about 150 metres away, and it looked pretty clear for us.
Absolutely, it was clear cut.
So Marriott is a beautiful kick of the footy.
He might be seeing 2 sets of goals at the moment. That's the trouble.
He's pretty tough at it, Paul.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
But if I'm going to back him in, we'll back him in from here now. A much needed goal to Leongatha if he can get it. Plays on, the umpire says play on. He's gone around the player in the mark. The ball holds up in the air. Big jump from the pack, but only a behind. No, the ball's still in play. And it goes. Now the umpire's going to go and discuss this to see whether it did go over the line or not.
Well, I don't think the ball actually went out of bounds either, mind you. But they called it out of bounds, but the ball wasn't actually out of bounds. So in the end, it's going to have to be a boundary throw-in.
And it is.
So 19 and a half minutes, third quarter. Parrots are looking for some sort of spark. They haven't had a goal since the 13-minute mark of the first quarter, and they find themselves trailing by 28 points. They've got the footy inside their forward 50, but there's lots of numbers around it from the stoppage. Gown taps it down to Tallenbrill. Took on. Didn't quite take it cleanly. Got wrapped up as well. Umpire let it go, and we'll have another stoppage, Tim.
Absolutely, we will. And they just need to create some space here, the Parrots, to give their forwards a chance to get on the run and get on the move going at it. But yeah, it is very congested, and Maui have certainly clogging that up and happy to play this way for the next 10 minutes or so of this quarter.
Yep, Mole Queen and Noah Gown doing the ruck duties, and we're going to do it again for the third time. And as Tim just said, lots of numbers around it. Gown will fly high, try to clear the area, but miss the footy in the end. Sim just grabbed it, barrelled it outside his defensive 50. It's going to come back, although McGannon had a bit of a fumble. Jackson Harry somehow squeezed it to Turton. Turton's kick was smothered. Danaher runs onto it and kicks it around his body to the wing, but Maskell's in a good spot. And he can take the mark on his chest and reload in towards a one-on-one. That one-on-one was Burns and Van Dyke. Coming in to help now is Stanlake. Head over it there was also Seppi. Kicked off the ground. The Lions get it towards the centre of the ground where Maslin comes and meets it. Goes to ground. They wrap him up and the umpire said he didn't have any opportunity. I'll blow me whistle quickly and we'll ball it up right in dead centre of Ted Summerton Reserve. It's a 28-point margin to Maui.
Rain stops here too. Tapped down by Morrow. Only to find that they'll be wrapped up and he's going to ball it up again here. The rain has stopped here at Ted Summerton Reserve. As we play on two, Cameron Stone plays on. And the umpire, rain, stop raining, Scud. Stop giving me a hard time. Cameron Stone wins himself a free kick, plays on immediately, chips the ball out wide, and he finds young, I don't even know who that is, to be honest. Who is that, Scud?
It's McGannon.
Young McGannon, he drives the ball inside 50. He was looking for Brill. He got chopped off as well. And the umpire's picked that off as well. And he's just got cut off there on the lead then too, Brill. It was 3-on-1, but finds himself with the ball in his hand. Having a shot at goal for their first goal since the 13-minute mark of the first quarter, Scud.
Timmy's got his hand up for a netball score.
I have it. Final score over on the netball court was seeing the Maui Lions jump back into top position of the A-grade ladder. They win 61-39.
So Tallenbrill comes in from 45. Much needed goal. Starts it right. It pushes away to the left. And it's another minor score. Paul Carter on the McDonald's scoreboard. It doesn't look good for the Parrots.
No, they're now on to 3-7-25 in arrears by 27 points on Maui, who are 8-4-52. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, 22.5-minute mark of the third quarter.
8 unanswered goals here for the Lions. The Parrots need to do something and they need to do it quick, Scud.
Van Dyke drives it into the near side, gets over the back, and clearly the wind has carried this footy on. And knocking it towards the boundary line was McGannon. If that's not deliberate, I don't know what is. He punched it directly towards the boundary line.
He disguised it well while the umpire was looking at the other umpire at the other side.
Yeah, it's like that 15-30 metre run that Baldy did. The umpire was blindsided.
27 points the Leongatha side trail by. And taking the tackler on was Trent Baldy. Got a handball back to Ferrado. High kick towards Maslin direction and Maskell at the ground level. Maslin does well. His handball was smothered though by Stone. Then he goes to ground. And again, we'll have another stoppage. Centre wing. Grandstand side at Ted Summerton Reserve. Great to have your company on TRFM. That is Gippsland Live. It's all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland. As Bowman busts through the pack, give a handball out to the runner in Lammers. Drives it inside forward 50 on the top of the head of Hilberg. Gets out the back where Biffin is able to recover quickly. Grabs the ball and boots it out towards the far side. Might just come back. Jensen Garnham is a long way from home. Handballs inboard to Kim Drew. Jesse Burns is there. Took on the tackler of Wood. Umpire said play on. Handball goes backwards. Kick there was from Ferrado towards half forward. And Maskell will clean it up and give it to Turton.
Just keeps finding room, Maskell. Turton, little chips out wide on the wing. And he finds Little John out on his own. Another little kick come inside to Bowman. Bowman marks just above his head. He's got a lot of kick to at the moment too, so he just wants to get them all going.
Need the switch.
He's just got to kick down the line to a one-on-one. Still not marked there. Moe got plenty of numbers at the ball, and we find out it was Vanderbilt who was the first player there for Leongatha. Created the stoppage, and we got a stoppage. It was a kicking around where we find that normally they would spread and run. The Leongatha side, they've really got the confidence zapped out of them. It was Willis. He's tapped down to, and really the kick was going to nobody. The umpires is going to come here now again. We've had a bit of a sling tackle here a little bit too. The players have... So the umpire off the ball has called a sling tackle, and the free kick goes to Ben Danaher, who plays on immediately, kicks the ball out wide, and he finds Brock Smith. He'll bring the ball back inside his defensive 50 and finds... That was Brock Smith, sorry. There you go. That was Brock Smith. It was Mole Queen. Mole Queen to Kilty. Kilty's kick outside the Van Dyke. And as Scott said before, just keeps racking them up. Prepared just to hold on to the ball here at the moment, Moe. Biffin's kick down the line, looking for Baldy. That is Trent Baldy. Ball comes to ground. He follows the ball up, kicks the ball in front of himself too. Just keeps and wins possession beautifully. Goes to his brother, and his brother's wrapped up like a little chicken wing tackle. The umpire comes in, he'll ball it up. Scoreboard side here at Ted Summerton Reserve. We've been playing 25 minutes here in the third quarter. And the ball comes down to Willis. Another little tap into Drew. Couldn't mark, was still good enough to get the ball. A little tunnel handball to Ganane. Ganane gets it off to Stone. Stone's kicked down the line. He's going for Gown and Kilty. And Kilty's mark just showed his class. He fell back into the pack. He was actually being held at the same time, so it probably could have been a free kick. His kick ain't great.
That's yours, boxer.
And he's kicked it straight into the Leongatha's coach's box, and it's out in the full. It's our commentary side, right in front of our commentary box here today, this afternoon.
It was a great mark there by Kilty, but that's where Leongatha have let themselves down. Stone just could have continued to run with that ball and take it forward. Instead, he's kicked it to a one-on-one contest and had nothing going there. Big
moments brought to you by Morwell Bowling Club this afternoon. A big fly as that kick goes down to half forward. Swooping on it was Van Dyke again. He's done well. Gives a handball off to Blazer. Kicks to half forward. Maskell's got the sit on this one. Nicely done by the youngster in McGrath. Caused the contest. He halved it for the Lions. And they'll get a stoppage now on their half-forward flank.
From about that 13-minute mark, obviously, when Leongatha kicked their last goal, Scud, and we're going to go potentially 2 quarters without kicking one, the Lions have just been able to move the ball better and have stagnated the Parrots in being able to move it.
Morrow worked Willis underneath it and then put it inside forward 50. Pepper's there. He's got 3. He tries to get it down low and keep it in the field of play. Forrester said, I'll happy see it go over. They're all becoming a handful now, and their forward 50s entries, they just look a lot more dangerous every time they go forward. For Leongatha, it's been absolutely hard work from about, as you said, 13-minute mark of that first quarter. Big tap by Prowse, comes down. Gowers at pace is just a little bit too quick for his legs to get boot the ball. And accurately, he got it there, but it just missed.
8-5-53 Moe, leading Leongatha 3-7-25. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, 27 minutes played, third quarter.
Not sure whether he thought he needed to do check side or go for league, and then he just put it on his boot and it went straight and didn't bend.
Maskell kick out, found no one really in particular. Were picked up there by the evergreen Blazer. Blazer's handball went to nobody. Picked off there, found Burns. Burns handball out finds there to Turton. Turton's handball wasn't great to Drew. That he used his brains and just kicked it in midair, gained about 20 metres. But Brock Smith was very, very good. Held the ball up there for the Lions. And you can just see the cleanness of how the balls is transitioned by Leongatha. It wasn't great. They've really got to work hard to get the ball out. That's the pressure from Moe. Willis down. Picked off there by Baldy. That was Riley. He's kicked down long. It was looking there and found in Balfour. About Balfour, now we're going to find ourselves another stoppage because Big McGrath. And there you go, there's the siren that's going to end the third quarter here at Ted Summerton Reserve. And it is now, it is Moe, 8-5-53. They lead Leongatha 3-7-25.
Yeah, 28-point margin. They kicked the only 3 goals of the quarter. Did the Lions. They are up and about. We've got 1 to go. And Leongatha will certainly want something happening. You've got another injury concern out of the Parrots as well. Van der Plyt looks like he's done his hamstring. He's done for the day. Jack Hume's out with a knee. There are worrying signs for this Leongatha side. The reigning premiers are under the pressure as we get to the pointy end of season 2023. It's Gippsland Live, and it's all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland. Well, it certainly is. Gippsland live on TRFM, all right. And if you're just tuning in, the big clash is today at Ted Summer Reserve in Moe. It's Leongatha who are second spot on the ladder, taking on Moe in third. And, yep, Leongatha are in a little bit of trouble. They trail by 28 points at three-quarter time. This Moe outfit is certainly up and about, and they are firing on all cylinders. Leongatha have not scored a goal since the 13-minute mark of the first quarter. Since then, it has been Moe who slammed on 9 unanswered goals, and they lead at 8-5-53. That can't be correct, can it? It's only 7 goals.
Have kicked 8 goals, mate.
Yeah, so it's 7 unanswered goals that they've kicked.
8.
They lead at 8-5-53.
That's okay.
And they lead
Struggling.
Leongatha 3-7-25. Exactly right, because they kicked the first 3 goals of the game, did Leongatha. So therefore, they've kicked 8 unanswered goals. Paul Carter, key stats, thanks to Traralgon Mazda.
Well, it's pretty even in the third quarter. 8 apiece in the inside 50s, 8 apiece in the clearances as well for both teams. Leading stat winners on the ground at the moment. Cade Maskell 23, 19 each to Kim Drew and Aaron Heppel. Big quarter by Kim Drew that quarter. 21 to Scott Van Dyke, 19 Riley Baldy, 17 apiece Ben Danaher and Trent Baldy.
Well, final quarter for Harvey Norman is about to get underway. We've got some interesting around the ground scores we'll get to in a moment, as Tim Sexton joins me back as my co-caller for the final quarter. Well done, Boxer. Good work.
Okay.
Back to the middle they go. Here we go. Final quarter. Tap down. Heppel with the quick clearance and the kick to half forward. Hilberg's got 2-on-1. Front spot there is Ganane. Can he get a handball free? He does to Hilberg. He then gets wrapped up, but he got boot the ball. Play on, said the umpire. Not 15. Lands in the hand of Stanlake, who barrels it towards the wing. One paw up there. Couldn't quite complete it, as was Jacob Lammers. Ball in dispute now. Well done by Harry Sim. Drives it to half forward and Prowse at his toes. Missed it. And coming in is Jacob Wood. Will try and keep it in. He'll duck the shoulder and win it. Handball over the top to a bit of open space. Maslin comes the other direction. Harry took it with him and then got quickly wrapped up by Ben Danaher. Moe inside their forward 50 to open up this final quarter. As Willis holds his ground. Morrow taps it though. Gowers try to hit it with pace. There'll be a free kick.
And just to make things worse for Leongatha, looks like Vanderplight's gone off with a hammy as well. He was iced up there coming towards the bench. What are you laughing at?
For those that have just joined in, you would have caught that
just
during
before three-quarter
time. As
I was in the toilet.
Bowman kicks it towards the centre of the ground. Garnham took on the tackle and then got dumped around. He got one over the shoulder and he wins himself the free kick.
Setting me up, you boys, I tell you.
Jensen Garnham rolls around, right foot in towards Noah Gown and Kelty. Kelty with a big spoil. He's been great this afternoon. Over there was Brock Smith, left it behind. Jack Ganane kicks to an open forward line, but back there is Trent Baldy and Riley Baldy, mind you. And Trent took the easiest of marks. That should be 50. He just rolled up to the mark, did Noah Gown. And Trent Baldy kicks her out towards the wing area, and he finds Brock Smith.
Brock Smith will try and get the ball out of their defensive 50. Just on that one there, you've got Gown going at it. He had 3 Moe players going against him. He's had that all day. So Willis looked to take the mark, couldn't quite get there. Came to the ground and ends up with great tap on there by Prowse. Loose ball out on true centre wing. Marriott, quick hand to Willis. Willis just throws it on the boot. It's an ugly looking kick forward, but it's effective. Ends up in the hands there of Burns. Got the handball off. Heppel delivers a ball inside forward to one-on-one contest again. Hitting it hard was Ganane. Got the handball over, just couldn't get into the hands of Gown. He goes again, Ganane. Ridden into the ground. Umpire calls play on. And we'll have a ball up about 15 metres out. Ganane, you never know exactly what's going to happen other than he's going to attack the footy hard.
Gee, that was certainly that pace and quick, Timmy.
Absolutely.
Stoppage inside forward 50 though. The ball bounces. Gown taps it down. Oh, try to crash through was Heppel. No free kick.
Oh.
Danaher gets it and then barrels it out of bounds on the full. He's not happy with himself at all. He just had a little bit more time than he thought.
Bit of action off the ball.
Yep.
But no free kick there by the umpires.
So Turton has it. He goes inboard to the leading target. Jensen Garnham hits him on the chest. As 3 Moe defenders close. Garnham took the chest mark.
Yeah, it was a good lead then too by young Garnham as well too. He timed it beautifully. He had a couple of opponents to beat. So one of the better build-ups for the afternoon, Scud.
Has not got a goal this afternoon. Jensen Garnham, one of the key forwards of the competition. Must kick this one if the Parrots are a chance. Right foot kick on its way. Not going to make it. Yes, it might just. A good little body work on the goal line, and the umpire says all clear. And for the first time since the 13-minute mark of the first quarter, Leongatha have a much-needed goal. And after saying all that, the margin's only 22 points.
It is, Scott, and look, a much-needed goal, there's no doubt about that as well. But the build-up was a lot better. So hopefully they can really build on that momentum now to Leongatha. Moe, probably a little bit unlucky with a couple of free kicks and decisions in their way. But again, all the credit goes to Leongatha.
And on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard, Leongatha 4-7-31, trailing Moe 8-5-53.
Willis got that tap out, ended up in the hands of Riley Baldy, and we'll have a ball up.
So Tim Sexton's got the job of doing the around the ground scores for me, and he just butchered it. It's just all over the place. What's these scores?
All right, we just wanted to score boxer, but anyway, we'll get back to the ground here because Willis grabs it, kicks it out towards the wing area.
Ends up in the hand, Ganane. He's gone up the ground. Free kick, though, has been paid, obviously holding on too long there for Turton, and Stanlake will take the ball on the far side there, backwards to 50. That's where you started making all the time scores.
Sorry about that. Then to Bairnsdale, it's Bairnsdale 9-5-65. They lead Traralgon 7-9-57, so an 8-point game there in the last quarter.
Leongatha cut it off at half-back, ends up with the ball in the hands of Marriott, running on to that one there. In the end, there was Lammers. He delivered the ball forward. Garner wasn't able to take it up. Burns, he gets a free kick for a high tackle. He wants to get up and move it quick. Leongatha are running forward. Not sure Burns will have the distance. He needs to deliver it in. Gown's calling for the ball. He's facing it. Kilterly grabs him straight away, but coming in front and taking the mark. And ends up there being his Hilberg. There's plenty of action going on off the ball too. And Gown says, how about you pay the free kick for me being held? But anyway, Hilberg, he'll go back and puts the ball straight through. In the first 5 minutes, the Parrots have kicked two after being goalless for 2.5 quarters, and we've got a game back on.
It is game back on, and I'm pretty sure that someone in our commentary box here had written Leongatha off completely, and we won't mention any names. But anyway, if you have a look at the fourth quarter, and people can't look at it, but we can, the fourth quarter quarterly leaders, Leongatha are actually on top, while we are second. So it is due to happen. Leongatha are just living up to that right now.
And it's now just down to a 16-point margin in Moe's favour. We've played 5 minutes into the final quarter. Harvey Norman computer scoreboard has Leongatha 5-7-37, Moe 8-5-53.
Here come the Parrots, and they go again. Cameron Stone drives it in. Gown on a long searching lead. Standing underneath it was Smith. Ball comes to ground level. There is Burns. Closing quickly, Van Dyke, boundary line. Will be their friend. Boundary throw in or inside forward 50 again for Leongatha.
Tell you, Benny Willis did big work in there. I reckon he had nearly 4 or 5. It goes at it to try and get that ball out of the centre square. And the Parrots have got all the run at the moment.
Stick with us. This is going to be a grandstand finish from the stoppage. Gown will take the ruck duties. Head over it was Van Dyke. Little toe poke only went 15. Turton was there. Kept his feet. Won it. Handball backwards. Well done by Maslin. Caused the turnover. Sim with an underground handball to Morrow. Made it hard for the big ruckman. As Morrow and Willis had to bend the back and do a bit of groundwork.
Had the big boys go bending the knees then.
They're just getting up now.
Just a quick one, boys. Bairnsdale, another goal as well. So puts them 14 points up against Traralgon.
Got a big stat for you there, Paul Carter. When's the last time Bairnsdale won at Traralgon?
1983.
Unbelievable. 83. Boxer, how many years is that?
Long.
Yes, good work. Willis out of the ruck. Had 40. A fresh airy, holding the ball, said the umpire.
40.
Good maths. Well done.
Thank you.
So Benny Morrow has it at halfback.
Morrow delivers the ball forward onto true centre wing. Went over the top of the two blokes that went at it. It's in dispute there out on the far wing. Maslin, he keeps it in front of himself, tries to keep the ball in play. He couldn't. And the boundary umpire will say, we'll throw it in. Lions side of true centre wing here. We've just ticked over 7.5 minutes and we've got a 16-point game in favour of the Lions. Ball comes back in. The two ruckmen will go at it, Morrow and Willis. Willis took front position and got the tap down. Wasn't able to get it clear, so he goes again and has another crack at it. Coming through there, Marriott delivers a ball inside 50, 1-on-1 contest. Gown, Kelty, Declan Kelty. I tell you.
Stop it.
How good was that? Eyes on the ball, turned Gown around and then was able to take a strong contested mark and relieve the pressure for a little bit as it now comes back outside their 50 and into the hands of Seppi. Seppi on the left boot.
Ooh.
It's a scrubbing kick, but Wood was in front. Goes out against Littlejohn. Both unable to keep their feet. Wraps it inside, and the umpire was pretty quick to a ball up there.
You know, there's leaders and there's, real good leaders. That guy's a dead set massive, huge champion leader.
Unbelievable. And we love coming to call the games on each and every Saturday afternoon on Gippsland Live, and we do it for that exact reason, for these big matchups. But Leongatha...
Heppel, Stone, then got it into Bowman. He delivers inside. Here we go, one-on-one again. Down at Kelty, I tell you.
Stop it.
Two in a row. He has got this back line all sewn up as the coach and delivers the ball back out to Seppi.
Wow.
It doesn't know justice because no one can see what we see.
That's why
while we're calling it. The way he's marked it, he's just marked it from behind.
Well, they can if they're watching it on Clutch TV on the Gippsland Live, their boxer, because we're streaming it live.
Shoot me down every time I'm trying to make a point.
No, well, people can watch it. I'm just
no, it's not you. No, Buffhead.
Leongatha got the free kick. I'll give you Buffhead in a minute in the box. There'll be dust-ups left, right and centre. McGannon goes in towards Gown. Guess what? Nearly caught it again, did Kelty. Out the back, squeezed a handball, Garnham to Stone. Candy, great smother. Well done this time by Pratt. Gives it to Smith. Goes to ground again. Garnham was there. Quickly picked up by Riley Baldy. Snaps it around and lands on the Balfour. Open forward 50. It's got to sit for Pepper. It does. He's 40. He's 30. He's 20. He has a bounce. He's 5, 2, 1. Bang. And Pepper's got 4. And in a blink of an eye, the margin gets back to 22 points.
Yeah, that was just great. Just the overlap, got him on the hop then too, and just a couple of simple errors and some great work by the Maui defence as well. Some really clutch smothers inside their 50, defensive 50. The kick over the back, and Harry Pepper finished off the work.
And it takes Maui, as Darryl said, back to a 22-point lead. We've played 10 minutes of the final quarter. Harvey Norman Computer's scoreboard has Maui 9-5-59, leading Leongatha 5-7-37.
Big moments for the Moore Bowling Club. Inquiries and bookings, head to moorebowls.com.au. The new convention and reception centre is now open. A stunning 300-seat function room.
We'll grab some Mickey scores as well while we're at it. Yep, more or less 8-10-58. They lead Stony Creek 6-4-40. Tarwin 12-13-85, Ballara 8-2-50, and Yanar 8-7-55. They trail Foster 10-10-70.
What about the upset that's happening right now in the Gippsland League around 16, Box?
Yeah, we've got a 13-point game at the moment. So now it's a 12-point game. Scud, so 2 goals in it, and in favour of Bairnsdale.
Willis goes hard at it again. He gets the tap down, and umpires paid the free kick off the ball. No one's sure where it's going to end up in, but it's going to end up in the hands of Luke Bowman. They need to go, and they need to go pretty quickly here. He does. He sends the ball forward. Jesse Burns, he's been good. Handball out, though, came from, in the end, Van Dyke. Handball forward, Riley Baldy got the kick. Doesn't go 15. Play on should be the call. 4 or 5 go at it. Wood was one. He went up, and then he's quick to go back and get it again. McGannon, he delivers the ball back inside. It's a risky kick. Ganane's going to attack it hard, and he does. Brock Smith, unable to pick it up, though, was Seppi. Ganane, handball over to the Stone. He couldn't collect it. Smith put the bump on. No one's able to get it. It's not going to go anywhere. There's bodies flying everywhere. Seppi got the handball out. Knocked forward there, and in the end, Brill, he'll deliver the ball back inside 50. It's going to no one. It's going to float inside forward 50, and we're going to have a boundary throw in. There's hands on head. There's hands on hips. The guys are working hard here. We've just ticked over 11 and a half minutes into the last quarter.
Do the hokey pokey? Yep, sorry.
Boxer, the intensity from Leongatha has lifted. It's at an all-time high. They're just not clean at the minute, though.
No, they're not. And they're not capitalising on those really good tackles they're pulling off as well, Scud.
Seppi threw it onto the left boot and cleared his back 50. Maskell, he tried to get it clear and couldn't. But over the ball there was Maslin. He's dived onto it, and the umpire's called. It's come out to call play on. Nothing, as we've said, is clean here at the moment. Seppi, handball in. Blazer, he just throws it onto the right boot and into an open paddock. Prowse, has he got the legs? And he does. Westaway, Prowse keeps papping the ball in front of him. He's done well. He got it inside his forward 50. Good chase down there, though, in the end. They've been wrapped up there by Little John. And we'll have a ball up inside Maui's forward 50. 12 and a half gone here in the last quarter. And the Lions have just started to take some ascendancy back.
They do. They lead by 22 points. Close to the boundary line. Umpire will let this one go. Squeeze the handball out there. Jackson Harry, they've called for a my ball or a throw. I think you'll find.
My ball.
Way. And we're going to ball up. McGrath gets high. Umpire said you got over the top. As we have a free kick going in the way of Big Benny Willis. Paul Carter's got some news for us. Paul, what have you just got
from
coming
David
through?
Johnston, the second semi-final, Swiss Crew, Omeo Benambras finished in an 11-goal, 10-apiece draw, and they're playing extra time.
Extra time. It doesn't get any better than that up in the hills, does it, Timmy? As Heppel from this one bursts through. Open forward. No one's in the forward half for Leongatha. Kelty's going to be the first one to back. Does it sit for him? He got one over the shoulder, and he wins the free kick. Ever the professional.
How good was his presence of mind just to know where the other opposition player was?
He can do it in the air. He can do it on the ground. He can do it anywhere. As a matter of fact, he's doing it right now. There's Kelty.
Yeah, not bad.
Kicks out to the wing. Grabs the target.
I'll give
Free kick to Willis.
I'll take a sip.
For the Parrots supporters, their free kick tally is 8-3 this quarter in their favour. So.
Willis to Drew, delivers a ball deep inside 50, going at it and taking a strong mark there is Hilberg. And that's what the Parrots need to do, need to deliver the ball quickly inside 50. When they've been able to do that, and they've kept it away from Kilty, they've actually had a strong look at it. Hilberg, he's come in and he's looking for his third. Delivers the ball through, he's pulled the ball, and he's pulled it poorly, and it's gone out of bounds on the full.
So, free kick goes in the way of Moe. They'll slow things up. We've gone 14 and a half minutes. They've been challenged in this quarter. Leongatha got 2 goals. Finally, we have a bit of a game on our hands, but the margin sticks at 22 at the minute. Van Dijk has it. Back pocket for the Lions. Squares it across the other side of the ground. Declan Kelty's been huge in this final quarter. Waited for Heppel to man the mark. Gave a handball off to Smith, who found the exit target in Mulqueen. They're still, though, in their defensive 50. It's on the far side at Ted Summerton. Took on the man on the mark in Maskell. Drives his right foot into it towards the wing area. Big fly from McGrath. Enough to cause a contest and a boundary throw in centre wing far side. 15 minutes gone. 22 points. The Lions lead it. We've got an upset on our hands, which is happening not too far from Ted Summerton box.
Yeah, it's right. We'll just kick the goal now. It's a 6-point game. Looks like they're playing in Alice Springs, are they? Or
No, it's a Terrell.
is it? Okay.
Drew delivers a ball deep inside 50, but playing in front there and taking the strong mark for the Moe Lions was Van Dijk. He'll just slow the play down. He comes out wide and ends up into the hands there of Smith.
I don't want to go too slow too early, though, do they, Timmy?
No, they don't, but they're just playing well-controlled football. Mulqueen, he's still got it in his back 50. They want to get it out of here. They don't want to turn over the ball here in the back 50. He's got no one really big down the line. So he goes short and... that one's called out. That's the kick that we said. They didn't want to turn that one over. Jeremy Cameron would have been happy with that. But he's going to reload here. Is Little John inside 50. There's leads coming everywhere. His ball delivered. Great hit up and great strong lead there by Jensen Garnham.
What I like about his leads, though, is he stays committed. He doesn't deviate off his line, and took the ball out in front too. So just needs to finish this one off as well.
Garnham comes in. He's going to cross the 50. Left goal post is where it needs to be. He's pulled it, and he's got. Like Hilberg, the kick before at goal, he's put it to the left-hand side out of bounds on the full, and we'll have no score there. 2 great opportunities for 2 of their forwards, and they both kicked them out of bounds on the full. Not what they needed here in this last quarter.
No, when you haven't had a good day and you trail most of the day, it's those little moments that need to go their way.
Van Dijk's got the ball in the back pocket. He's looking deep down the line. Pepper leads. Contest is up. Prowse is going to go. Willis is going to go, and it's going to end up in the big fella's hands. He's going to reload. Plays on quickly. Delivers the ball deep inside. Who's there? Kilty. No one's able to take the mark. Yes, he is.
Where are you looking?
What were you questioning for?
He took the first way. He had just a little tap, and then he took it on the second bite, and he was able to kick the relieving ball outside. Trent Baldy wasn't able to take the mark, and he sees the ball over. How good's he been, Box?
I don't know how many marks he's had inside 50, Paul, but he would be up there around 8 or 9.
Well, it's 4 this quarter.
He's
all intercept marks too. They're unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been very, very good. Willis gets the tap down. Drew delivers the ball back inside. But a strong mark there has been taken by Tyler Pratt.
Both been serviceable. Actually, the back six.
I think Pratt's been very good this afternoon.
The back 6 have been fantastic. Well, there's probably 7 or 8 that go through there. This last quarter, they're under a little bit of pressure, though, as they go again. Bowman gave it across to Heppel, gave it inboard towards Hilberg. Now, Hilberg doesn't waste any time. He goes back quickly. We know that he'll start his run up pretty much straight away. He won't waste any time. He's got 2. He'll have to kick this from about 53 metres. 18-minute mark. This is a must if they're going to be a chance to get back. It's 22 points. Left footer, Hilberg, puts it on its way. Has it got the distance? The accuracy's good, but it's helped through. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was helped through as Mulqueen or Kelty.
It was Kelty.
And it's a minor score on your Harvey Norman computer scoreboard.
Leongatha 5-8-38, trailing by 21 points. Moe 9-5-59. Inside 50s this quarter, 15-3 Leongatha's way.
Brock Smith squared it out wide to guess who? Declan Kelty. Our Gippsland Live player of the day this afternoon, thanks to Traralgon Mazda. Got a feeling we might have a chat to him if we can. Kicks it out wide, although Willis takes the uncontested marks. That is, of course, if the Lions can hold on. The Parrots go forward again. Taking the mark is Turton. He's too far out to score. Goes to a leading Garnham. Can he find him? Oh, big spoil over the top, over the shoulder from Pratt. He goes again, does Garnham. He got wrapped up. Gave a handball inboard to Maskell. He goes to the boundary. Talon Brill was there. And we have a boundary throw in, but Timmy, what have you seen?
Well, apart from the fact that Garnham the first time got his head ripped off for coming over the shoulder and no free kick paid, looks like we've got a head clash here between the two guys as they've come out of those tackles. Garnham's back up onto his feet, but I think it looks like it might be young Lockie McGrath.
It is, yep, number 28.
Down on the ground.
So a head clash between the two of them.
Yep.
And at this stage, the ball's it's a boundary throw, and Garnham seems to be okay, or he's still got his hands on in his knees at the moment. The trainers are checking him out, and Lockie McGrath's down at ground level at the moment, being attended to by the trainers. So we're going to have a little bit of stoppage. The Leongatha trainer is just going through a little bit of a test with Jensen Garnham as well, and I think he's been given the all clear. And now Lockie McGrath starts to get up, and he has blood coming out of the right side of his head. Looks to be around the ear sort of area. A little bit hard to tell because there's a lot of blood to be just above that right ear, I reckon. And we've got a boundary throw in. So 20 minutes have gone. Margin sits at 21. The Parrots have been pressing. Inside forward 50s this quarter. Paul's all Leongatha, I would assume.
16-3, Daryl.
16-3, but they've only managed a couple of goals.
Scudder, we've got a siren down the road, Traralgon.
What's happened?
And we've had an upset.
Wow.
It's a one-goal win to Bairnsdale, 65-71.
I'll go out and say that's Bairnsdale's biggest win for a long, long time in the Gippsland League. Don't worry about that. As this ball bobbles around, Danaher does well, kicks it out of his defensive 50 and finds Jacob Wood. He wants to move the ball quickly. He's got one over the top. It's Billy Gowers. Beautiful kick. And Gowers says, well, there's not too many ahead except for a couple of green jumpers, so I'm just going to hold on to things. And I'll come back inboard, and I'll give it back to Benny Danaher. They'll do a little bit of waxing. Kicks it back to Billy Gowers. It's lateral kicks by lateral kicks, and I don't think that Gowers will do... Well, he thought about doing it again, and now he rolls and plays on and drives it to the top of his 50. Out the back, Prowse just spoiled it towards the boundary line. Stanlake attacked that with a little bit of pace, and Willis said, I'll push it over for a boundary throw in. 21 and a half minutes gone. What a big result for Bairnsdale.
Huge.
A massive result for Bairnsdale, and what a massive... Well, you say it's a massive result for Traralgon in terms of their trying to get their form and their team together to be doing that. So
Yep, exactly right. As Bowman tried to take on the tackler there, Morrow was there to help out and then head over the football, trying to tap it towards the boundary. I want to keep it in, does Marriott. Goes to ground level. Little inboard handball to Riley Baldy. Kick towards the top of the square. Prowse has got the height at the back. 1-2 bites. Can't get it. Rove by Jacob Wood to Pepper. Oh, he's given one off to Lockhart and Lockie Sim. It's caught since his son. Harry Sim gets the goal. Lockie celebrates on the boundary line. And Moe are going on to win this game of footy in round 16. It's a 27-point margin, Boxer.
Yeah, we've got to give a little bit of credit here to Frank Wood because his play around the ground, just his hard work, just goes under noticed. And I think one of the things we just noticed then too, again, his work inside 50, he just works and works and works. And great team play then by Pepper to finish off there with Sim.
The Harvey Norman computer scoreboard has Moe at a 27-point advantage at the 22.5-minute mark of the final quarter. Moe 10-5-65, leading Leongatha 5-8-38.
Well, Moe, though, I think they had 22 named, but they've had 25 players play today. So as the ball quickly comes in, Maslin, good body work. The umpires called a push out on that one. I actually thought that was reasonable body work in that regard.
Been good, though.
Leave the comedy stuff to me. Mate.
Comedy stuff? You don't even have to try. Moe have been very, very good. Heppel, he delivers the ball back inside and finds Gowan.
Oh, play on.
Play on. Must have been touched off the kick from Heppel. There's a ball there. Bobbles around. Ferrado got the handball out, Ends up there with Maslin. He gets his handball out and finds into the hand of Ferrado, delivering the ball forward and out of bounds, and we'll have a boundary throw in. 23 and a half minutes gone here into the last quarter. And as we said, the Lions have been very, very good since about the 13-minute mark of the first quarter, when Leongatha had all the play. They've been able to turn the game back onto their way, and have withstood the pressure even from the Parrots, even in this last quarter, where they certainly upped the ante.
Yep.
The Parrots did, after being goalless for the second and third quarters, and have been able to withstand them and still lead now by 27 points.
Absolutely. Boxers here this afternoon for Carpet Country, helping dreams becoming a reality since 1981 as the ball comes back into the field of play. Heppel at pace. He's been a gallant performer for the Parrots, but on that occasion, he's been ran down from behind and been pinged for holding the ball, and Van Dyke's been very good as well. Of course, we'll be talking to our player of the day, Trogan Mazda. And kick went out wide. Not quite the required distance, so Seppi has to give it back to his Gowers. They go backwards again, and now Heppel becomes the tackler, and the umpire said it'll be my ball as Biffin was at the second last one up off the bottom of that pack. 24 and a half minutes gone. Moe are going to go on for a great victory, and they're going to hold the mantle of knocking off Leongatha twice in season 2023. I think you might find we might see them play each other again. This time Maskell takes the mark on the wing, far side of the ground.
Absolutely he does. He'll look to reload. Just under 25 minutes gone. Throws it on the left boot. Looks for Willis. And Morrow works him out of the contest. Unable to take the mark. Seppi gets the ball on his left foot. Trickles it along the boundary line. Maslin will be happy to see that one over. And we'll have a boundary throw in. Far side here at Ted Summerton Reserve. Just on the Traralgon and Bairnsdale game, the Redlegs kicked 11 goals to 5 after quarter time.
Gee whiz.
To roll over the Maroons.
The fourth place Maroons as well, mind you. And it's going to be an interesting finals campaign. Will somebody stand up? Well, I tell you what, Moe has stood up today as they look to add some silverware, Paul Carter, to their trophy cabinet. And they'll be pretty keen to do that, wouldn't they?
For the first time since 1967, yes.
Unbelievable.
Swifts Creek won in extra time by 5 points after extra time.
With this finals campaign that's coming up, it's going to be an entertaining one. And this occasion, tapped down there by Gowan, goes out wide. Nicely done. Seppi gave a handball off to Ferrado, who kicks it towards the wing. The target is Gowers. Couldn't mark. Front spot there is Jacob Wood. Look at him work hard still at the 26-minute mark of the final quarter. Solid work by Riley Baldy. Danaher comes in, squares it out wide to his mate and Seppi, who can handle over the top to Pepper and just stop and wait as if frozen in time. And now Forrester calls him to kick down the line and he'll turn it over. Taking the mark is Jackson Harry. Bursts out of half back, but he'll turn it over because Stanlake marks, and on his own out this side is Belfer. He'll find him by foot. He can give a handball off to Wood, or he can have a kick and shot a goal himself. And Jacob Belfer was celebrating as it hit the upright. And you never go too early, young son. It's a minor score.
28-point margin at the 26 and three-quarter minute mark of the final quarter. Harvey Norman Computer Scoreboard, Moe 10-6-66, Leongatha 5-8-38.
Just as they bring the ball back into play here on our grandstand side, Stanlake on the outside of the right boot like he kicked his first goal with, but Forrester will take the relieving mark. Bit of discussion there between Riley Baldy and Aaron Heppel about something that seemed to happen off the ball. Okay. Heppel certainly wasn't too happy about Baldy, and I think it might have included Mason McGannon. So be interesting to see what was happening off the ball there. But anyway, we've got the Lions well and truly in front and in control of this game as we near the end of this one, as Morrow got the tap down. Unable to pick it up with anyone there, but there he is, Riley Baldy. Got the handball off, but he handballed it straight to McGowan. Brill forces his hand off Seppi. His handball to a standing start. Heppel dances around, clever, delivers the ball forward. Unable to take the mark was Turton. Trent Baldy, he got the handball out to his brother in Riley, delivers the ball forward, and Ganane will take the mark and should be 50, wasn't in the contest, but the umpire will call it back.
He's called it a mark there too, Timmy, which could have been a free kick anyway. But yeah, the umpire just wanted to get that a little bit more
Just while
ownership of the game.
Just while waiting for the ball to come back, the A-grade netball saw Moe 61 defeat Leongatha by 39. We'll get to our player of the day at the end of the game as well.
Lands into the hand of Jacob Lammers. He comes out wide to Littlejohn. Littlejohn looked to play on straight away. He ended up having nowhere to go. Marriott delivered a nice handball. Littlejohn hit the ball forward. Morrow got the hands over the top of that one. Hilberg on the left, kicks it round, bends it round, and there is a Canberra goal of the day. Aaron Hilberg on the left boot just before the end of the game. What a ripper.
His third shot at it this quarter, and he left the last one to the best one. And I think there's your winner this afternoon, Scud and Timmy and Paul, I reckon. What are you laughing at?
Just about filling it out for poor old Harry Pepper.
Poor old Harry ain't going to win it.
22-point margin in Moe's favour. We're at the 29-minute mark of the final quarter. The Harvey Norman computer scoreboard. Moe 10-6-66, leading Leongatha 6-8-44.
Harry Pepper's just looked at the commentary box and shaking his head in disgust.
Okay.
Back to the middle it goes. Big tap, Willis by hand down towards ground level. Riley Baldy will run under this one. Kick it towards half forward, and the siren has sounded. On a day that Moe has knocked off Leongatha twice so far in season 2023, it was the Lions 10-6-66. They trailed by 12 points at quarter time, and it was all one way after that, defeating Leongatha 6-8-44. We've got the post-game show coming up very shortly. We're going to have a chat to our player of the day, and we'll wrap up with all the key stats. It's Gippsland Live. It's a day for the Lions. Are they now the flag favourites in season 2023? Season is alight, and we'll bring you all the action over the next few weeks. Of course, we're going to wrap it up from Ted Summer Reserve in a moment. It's all thanks to Harvey Norman, Electrical Gippsland.